I was performing, and the DJ who I had, he cut the beat, right?
Mm.
And everyone began to sing my song back to me.
Hey.
What's your story?
What is Thrillz? We gotta talk about the ice events though. Like I wanna, like these people need to know what's going on with that.
I got no bad blood with them, but I paid them for like a feature, and the feature like never happened.
Brothers, so they pulled the side of me and they rolled down the windows. They all had guns.
What's good in the hood? It's For the Thrill Podcast, episode 52. I'm sitting here with Papi X Donero and featured guest of the evening, Social Ice, and I am your host, MC Thrillz. It's been a while since Social Ice has been on the podcast. Back in, you said 2021, right?
2021, yes sir.
Returning guest. I think you might be like the second returning guest, man. Well, you might be the first actually, because I had co-hosts that come back, but I think you're the first returning guest, which is pretty dope. You made the first, man, like Soulja Boy, man.
Oh yeah, right.
So what's up, man? What's new, man? Talk to us. Talk to the people.
Woo, man, what isn't up, man? Just been working a lot on music, y'all. Honestly, just really trying to get this third project coming out this year at some point. I wanted to come out last year. I did, but you know, my last two projects, like they were good. When I made them, like, you know, obviously when you're making music, you think like, oh, this is fire, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was like, you know, they were good. Like people told me they were good, and they were genuinely like decent. But compared to what I'm making now, looking back on those, it's like could have been better. You know what I mean? But like now, like I have like an engineer that I go to now. You know, I used to record like just out of my house, and like I don't really know how to mix and master like that. I was trying to learn. Yeah. But when you're trying to learn how to mix, master, record, write.
Oh, trust me, I know
it's a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. It's a lot. And I'd rather learn on my own time. Once I drop this album, you know, learn how to mix and master before the next one. Maybe I could do my own. Maybe I can't. You know, but the engineer that I go to is fire. So like, you know, like
local engineer,
Dino
here in San Antonio.
Dino, yes sir. That's the boy right there. Dino is fire, man.
What's the name of the studio?
Oh man. Oh my God. I gotta find it, man.
Oh shit, Dino.
My bad. I know.
This is free promo for your engineering.
It is, bro. Let me. Oh, it's called Studio Bandits.
Studio Bandits. Okay,
there we go.
Cool.
Because when you walk in, there's a big thing on his wall. It's like I want to say it's like drawn onto his wall. Mm-hmm. And I was just trying to remember what it said, but yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. Studio Bandits. Oh, shout out Studio Bandits and Dino.
Dino
Cool.
is the man. Bro.
So, for the people that maybe have not seen the previous podcast or don't really know who you are, give them a little bit to those people that don't know who you are. Let them know who Social Ice is.
Right. So, Social Ice, y'all, a upcoming rapper from the 210. You know what I mean? Just been working since COVID, man. You know, since COVID kind of, you know, put us all out of work. In the house. I was watching. I think I said this last time. I was watching a video of artists perform live. I think it was like Travis Scott, Juice WRLD, like, you know, a couple of those artists. And
right, I remember.
And that's just like when I was watching, I was like, damn, like, you know, it would be really cool to like be in that position. You know, just have people rock with your music. You know, because I just heard this on this new song that Cudi dropped. It was like, what's it called when your music changes the world? I call it magic, right? And you know that it's magic. Having everyone know, like, you know, the words of your song, singing them back to you, you know, paying good money just to go see you, you know, and like, you know, I was like, damn, like, you know, it'd be cool to be in that position. So I started writing, started working on music, and first two projects on SoundCloud, fucking ass, dog water, right? Like horrible, right? So for all you people that told me that they were good, we got issues, bro, because they were not good, bro. Like they were not good at all. But back then, you know, they were good to me. But compared to what I've worked on the past couple of years, no. Like, you know,
you see your own level of rise there.
And so 2021, I dropped my first project in April, and then 2021 again, right before I came on the podcast, I dropped my second project. So that was a pretty busy year. Once I dropped my second project, I let it play out for, you know, 2022, and I liked it. but then I realized that it was very rushed because the reason why I dropped 2 projects in 2021 was because I wanted that second project to come out on my 21st. And
gotcha.
it had 21 songs, so like, just kind of going into like adulthood, like full adulthood. You're 21 now, I rushed it because I needed to submit it by a certain time for it to be everywhere, and it was rushed. It's just, that's, I learned the hard way.
Now, is that the project you took down, or?
So I haven't taken it down yet.
Oh, okay. I see you, because I'm seeing you mention on
right,
social media that you're looking to take it down. Is that something you're still going to do, or?
100%. So what I'm going to do is, the reason why I have you is because I recorded with my engineer. There was one track on there that I wanted to re-record with him. What I'm going to do is I'm taking the album down. I'm taking out like 8 songs that I just don't really like. Keeping the other songs that are really good, but I'm not going to redo those. Like, those are going to remain the exact same song you can hear now. One song on there will sound different, which is the one I re-recorded.
Okay.
And so I'm just going to re-upload that. And using like the same little like codes that you do when you upload music, so that way I don't lose any of my plays or anything like that.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. So it's gonna re-upload. Okay.
Yes.
Are you doing that to all the songs, like a redo of them, or which?
No. So the only one that I'm re-recording is just one track that I recorded with my engineer. The other ones are gonna like sound the exact same. Like, yeah. So I'm gonna take the whole album down, take out 8 songs, re-upload it with the new song, then put it back up.
Okay, so you're just basically taking out what you really don't like and bringing back up what you do like. Okay.
Because yeah.
So you don't think that's like disrespect to the first beginning version of Social Ice? To the reason I say this is because when I see an artist grow and develop, I think that is huge. You know what I'm saying? Like, whenever I see, like you go back to Jay-Z's first album, you go back to even Lil Wayne, Drake's, you go to their first album, and then you look now, like, wow, like you can see what was a hit, what came, their growth. You see how they're becoming better and better by each album. And sometimes it is the opposite, where that first album is the best, and then it's not moving forward. Yeah. So that's why I asked you that question, because like what you want for the people to see your growth, to see you like, but now he's fire now, but before he was, you know what I'm saying? Don't you want that?
So
I'm just trying to give you a different perspective. Yeah.
So, I do, right? Yeah. So that's why the first album or the first project that I did, I mean mixtape, whatever you want to call them, because I know album is like your album, like that's like a very special thing. So I would say the first mixtape that I did, that one I will not touch. That one is no matter how much I look back on it and think, dang, these don't sound good. Yeah. That one's my first one. That one's gonna remain the same. Gotcha. You know what I mean? But the one in the middle of the one that's coming out this year, and the first one, it's just I want to say it was my girlfriend that told me this, was that a lot of my songs on the second project that I'm gonna take down, a lot of the things I like talk about on each track is very repetitive from the next track and the next track. I just kind of reused the same bars. So I literally went back and I listened to my project again, and she was right.
And you're like, shit.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, like, it's not, it doesn't give me that originality. You know what I mean? It makes me sound like I just didn't know what to write, so I was like, you know what, this rhymes again. You know what I mean? And I just wouldn't, so like, if I were, not if, when I blow up, right? You know what I mean?
I like that you changed that,
Right. So when that happens, and I have somebody that's a fan and they're looking through my old music and they're like, okay, Social Ice's first album, obviously they don't really have that many high hopes because it's his first project. But then they get to the second project and they're like, dang, this really didn't really improve too much. You know what I mean? But then you get to the third project and you're like, okay, damn, like he definitely improved. I want it to be a clear indication that things are going better. So the fact that I listened to the first 2 mixtapes and there's not really like a big growth difference, maybe the beats are better, but the lyrics are kind of the same. And I definitely want, to kind of make that gap between the first one and the middle project to be a lot, like a bigger gap in how much I've grown. Yeah. But to also be, fair to myself and, everything else, those 2 projects came out in the same year. So there wasn't a lot of time to really grow as an individual and as, an artist, in that year. But now it's 2024. That was 2021. It's been 3 years. I definitely have had time to grow for this third project coming out. And you're definitely going to see the growth, what I mean?
That's crazy. I feel like you recently came on a podcast. I ain't gonna lie.
Right. Yeah. Right.
You see, the thing like with the podcast, I usually drop maybe 1 or 2 a month.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I try to fit in the schedule.
Right.
So like, and then when to go back and look back, I'm like, damn, it's really been since 2021. And we said about 700 days.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, like 700 some days, right? You know, off the dome, something like that. You know
It's crazy, man.
It's
crazy.
yeah, and you know, and just like I definitely want just, you know, to not redo, but just take that album down and take a couple of those tracks out, throw it back up. So that way, when you look back on it, you're like, oh, okay, this was pretty decent, you know? So I want to see what this third project looks like, and then you get hit with the freight train because this third project's going to be crazy, you know?
Gotcha. When we're expecting that third project?
So that third project, I'm looking for like I would say an April release date. I was going to do March, but I got something else planned in March. So I kind of want to
dropping albums back to back again, man.
Nah, we are gonna do a Ice Fest in March, a mini Ice Fest.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
a mini Ice Fest.
Mini Ice Fest.
What's that look like?
So you know how last Ice Fest was at the Paper Tiger,
Yeah.
right? So we're gonna do that still this year, right? In October, when like it usually is.
Okay.
But we're gonna do a mini Ice Fest because I feel like a lot of people have asked me like, oh, like, you know, you have all these other shows that are going on in the world, you know, and you know, like Rolling Loud, Coachella, you know, those shows are able to do just one a year, you know, because they're so big that people already are like, let's like wait a year for the next one.
And then plan it
Right.
and get it.
But so once Ice Fest gets bigger to the point where I'm booking artists like, you know, Lil Uzi or Yachty, right? Then it could be a once in a year thing because people already are expecting, you know, the next one to be better. Since Ice Fest isn't like a very big show as of now, it's decently big, but not like huge. Like I don't have like a mainstream headliner right now. I think having it like twice a year kind of builds up that like that profile that people are like, you know, they know what it is. So that way it gets more recognition as it goes on.
And you get more artists on.
Right. You get more artists, maybe like a bigger artist once it's happening.
Yeah.
You know, and so we're gonna do one in March. It's gonna be a 2-night event.
Okay.
So you know how the original ones have been just one night flat, 16 something artists, right? This one's gonna be 16 artists, but 8 and 8. You know what I mean? So yeah,
that sounds interesting.
So March is gonna be just for that. You know, I'm gonna put my focus on that, just so that way I'm not saying, hey, go to Ice Fest, but hey, here's my project. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that way, once that show's done, I can be like, all right, now, so I'm gonna promote my music at the show, play, you know, tracks off my upcoming project at that show, and then April, May, you know, do like the rollout teasers, trailers, you know, behind the scenes, that kind of things like that.
Dope.
Yeah.
I like that. I see you came here with the drip today, man.
I did. Yes, sir.
My boy got the Limitless shirt.
Yes, sir. Custom made.
With
Becca made this. If she's watching this, definitely check her out.
What's her name? Becca. Shout out Becca.
I want to say her Instagram is. I'm gonna get it right.
I
want to say it's.
While he's getting it right, he got the social ice chain.
Yes, social ice chain.
Look at that.
Yes.
My boy even got the kicks.
The kicks. My girlfriend made these. Hell yeah.
With the butterflies.
Many things by Becca.
So what else was by Becca? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying many things.
No. That's her.
That's her. Okay.
That's her brand.
Many things. Shout out many things by Becca.
Dude, she kills it, man. She did this one for me, and she's already doing a couple more in the works already as well. She's gonna be doing a one piece for like my next project. So I'm excited for her to do that one. Oh yeah.
We're gonna have to follow that page, check it out.
It's cool.
Maybe get her on too.
Yeah, if y'all ever need like merch or anything like that, you know, and you know, it's not like for the quality, she like should charge more because like this, like you would look at it and probably be like, this is like probably like 120, right? I'm not gonna say how much she like charges, like right. That's for her to.
That's her business, yeah.
Right. But she's awesome. You know, awesome and responds fast. You know, and that's what I like about people is you know when you text them, they respond quick. They get back to you. I don't do that. You know, there's times when I look at my phone and then I go into work for 8 hours and I come back down. I totally forget.
And I'm the same way, man. I'm the same way.
Right.
That's probably why we took so long to reschedule this because we're hearing each other back and then it's like, oh, we got this going on, and we're like, we got this going on. And if I'm not busy, you're busy, man. And that's why I do schedule the podcast at least 1 or 2 people a month, because everything else I got going on in a month, I don't want to put too much on my plate where I'm doing like 4, 5, 6 podcasts, and then I'm like, oh man, I'm loaded. But I am working towards getting more podcasts a month, but I'm trying to gradually work that into it.
It's time consuming, bro, because you got to plan, you got to get people like when they work and don't work.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
And then if you have, a co-host, you got to make sure that he's not busy.
Right,
you know
exactly.
I mean?
Exactly.
And it's like, well, I can only imagine.
Yeah.
That's how it is with recording music with people, right? Like I'm working on my 3rd project.
The feature,
and I have a bunch of features on there.
Yeah.
But, trying to, align when I can go record with my engineer and when they can pull up, make sure that they're going to be there, and
all
my engineer's available.
They
all have to come together on one certain day. You know what I mean? That's a process right there.
It definitely is. What's the most thing you like when it comes down to creating a project? What's your favorite?
Oh man, so I would say creating a project. The best thing I would say recently, because like I said, when I used to record my old 2 projects, it was just me in my room by myself, right? With my engineer, it's me and my engineer and usually 1 or 2 other people that are either recording with me or just want to go kick it with my engineer and just, chill. And I love having that extra opinion in the room, you know what I mean? But, so if it's me, Dino, he gives you a bunch of opinions, right? And I love it, you know what I mean? Because most engineers, they sit there, they press record.
Yeah.
Hey, man, how'd that sound?
Right.
Good. That's it. You know what I mean? But I'll ask Dino, hey bro, how'd that come out? And then he'll be like, you gotta get, more into it, and then I'm like, and then I'll go back and get into it, and I respect that a lot about him. But I would say definitely the best thing about creating a project is when you record a song and then you listen to it for the first time on the engineer's thing, and you're sitting there like, damn, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And especially if you have somebody else on that track with you, and y'all just hear y'all's chemistry,
right?
I think that's the best feeling.
No, that's dope. I'm glad you said that about the whole engineer thing too, because so the engineer that I fuck with heavy now, I don't know if you heard, but his name is Dragon. Bad Vibe Studio. Shout out Dragon, and he does something similar. Actually, we recorded a song together recently, and Rico as well. Shout out Rico. And what he does is, if whatever it is that he hears, and you're in the booth, and hey, do this over or make this happen.
Right.
He doesn't have to do that. He can do a lot of engineers do yeah, okay.
That's cool.
If you like it, I like it.
Yeah, right, because they're getting paid.
Yeah, exactly. But he was like, all right, let's change this up. Let's emphasize something and actually give you some good critique, because I've been to studios where they're they don't really care. They don't really care about the art. And as far as Dragon, he looks like he cares about the art, the way he speaks about it, the way he takes his craft is serious, like a serious engineer. So that's your engineer, Dino. Shout out Dino. That's dope. That's the engineers you want. That's the engineer. And people out there, there's some people take criticism oh no. That's if you got an engineer that criticizes you, that's who you want on your team. You don't want the yes man engineer. Right. You do not want the yes man.
A lot of people can't take criticism. I know that you're an artist too. I'm pretty sure you'd rather someone tell you, hey man, this is good, but you always want to hear that but, because no song, I don't care who you are, is never perfect. Exactly. If someone tells you there's nothing wrong with it, nothing can be better, especially if upcoming artists, something can always change. You know what I mean? But we all sometimes have our limits. We're not comfortable yet with how we sound. We're trying to experiment, which is cool. But I can almost guarantee, if you showed me a track and I was just like, oh, it's good, it's kind of well, damn. Are you sure? Yeah. It's fine.
Are you sure?
Right. I always like criticism. You know what I mean? As long as I'm being completely mean about it, you know what I mean? It's damn, but at the end of the day, I love it. I told recently, I sent my music into a live music review thing, and they were doing it on Instagram Live, and they were they played my track Demon Time Duo. I don't know if you
I've heard it.
Right.
I've heard it.
And
that's the one with Kid Docs, right?
Kid Docs.
Yeah.
Shout out Kid Docs, man.
Shout out Kid Docs.
That's my guy. Sent it into them, man, and they didn't even get to Kid Docs' part before they, lowered the song, and they were like, I like it. The best part about it was the beat, and I was like, damn, you know, because like,
Oh yeah.
you know, I'm sitting here like, damn. Like,
He gave you criticism, but like he gave it in a good way.
Yeah,
like in a nice
right.
way.
And he was like, the best part was the beat, and then after that, he was like, Social Ice just needs confidence. He needs energy because he doesn't sound like he knows who he is yet. And from that on, bro, I was like, all right, watch this. You know what I mean? And I've been cooking since, you know, since.
Because you even dropped a video to Dual Time, didn't you?
Yes, man.
I mean, Demon Time.
Yeah. That was fire.
I was all like,
BXR
whooping each other ass and shit.
Yeah, bro. With BXR, shout out BXR, man.
Right, yeah, shout out BXR. BXR Films.
Yes, man, they cooked it. They're cool as fuck, man. Like, they literally just took the vision I had and we made it work.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Originally we were gonna do like a interrogation room type beat, but didn't really come out that way. So we were like, let's just do this, you know, and I mean, it came out pretty good, you know. It was like a movie.
Yeah, that was dope. I seen a few BX. I see he works with Kid Docs a lot too.
A lot, yeah.
And I'm like,
shit coming out.
I'm like, damn, I like the quality, even on the like reels, they be working on. I'm like, man, this is pretty dope. So I always shoot a like and or send a message, and I'm like, yeah, they do some good work. They do some good work.
They put a lot of love into their stuff.
Yeah, that's dope. That's the type of people you want.
Right.
You got some questions too, co-host, man. You chilling?
I'm ready to figure out that, you know. All right, so let's get back to this drip. So
he said back to the drip.
I see you got your shoes, right? And you got the blue butterfly. Mm-hmm. So is there a specific reason why it's that color butterfly?
So
like, what's the meaning behind the symbolization behind the butterflies? Right.
So the blue butterfly, whenever I think Social Ice, I think baby blue. Right?
Okay.
You know what I mean? A lot of people are like, oh, ice, you know, just a white plain color, but I'm not plain, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you know, you gotta add some color into there, some splash, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm a very down to earth person, and I feel that pastel blue color is a very down to earth, calm color, you know what I mean? That's my personality, you know what I mean? I'm an open book. Like, I love talking to people. I love talking to people about anything, their problems, my problems, you know, anything like that, honestly. The butterflies kind of resemble growth. They resemble becoming better than you once were. You know, that's, you know, when you go from a caterpillar to, you know, a butterfly, you're growing, you know, and then you become this beautiful thing that's just a lot greater than you once were. And that's the whole thing about being an artist is, you know, being greater than you once were back then. Because if you know, you go from 2023 to 2024 with no change at all, right? And you're just like, okay, cool. Like, you know, I took this year off to kind of like figure myself out. That's fine. Take a mental year, right? 2024 to 2025, you're still in the same position as you were 2 years ago. Something's got to change. You know what I mean? Like, it's always good to take time, but if you want to grow, if you want to really get into being an artist, you have to be consistent. You know what I
break
mean?
out of that cocoon.
Right, exactly. And, you know, you got to cook up, right? You know? So, the blue colors, you know, is my go-to color. However, I know y'all can see, like, on the shirt, you got a blue, green, and pink.
Yeah.
Right on the tattoo as well. You know, blue, green, and pink, and everything like that. These resemble the people who I lost in my lives. My grandma, her favorite color was blue. My uncle, his favorite color was pink. And my great-grandpa, his favorite color was green. My first 3 projects are those colors. So you got the blue, my first project, the pink, my second project, and now we're moving into the green, the third project, which will be coming out this year.
Oh, I like that.
So you'll be seeing a lot more like green color schemes everywhere. You know, around like summertime last year, I started posting a bunch of like green butterfly pictures, you know, with like a quote at the bottom. You know, just kind of like getting that rollout going, you know, into like that, you know, that new personality, that new point in the chapter of me being an artist, you know. But definitely, man, it's been a thing that I kind of like took upon myself when I became an artist, like, you know, just kind of like the butterfly was gonna be my thing, you know what I mean? And so, definitely gonna be. It won't be as prominent, like moving past this third project, like I'll still rep the Butterfly brand because that's who I am.
Right.
But not every single cover art is gonna have a butterfly.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're all gonna be, maybe a little one here and there, but not. It's not gonna be revolving around that.
Right.
Gotcha.
So
I mean that's beautiful though, man. Like, that's amazing. The butterfly trio has a whole family history behind it.
Thank you.
That's pretty good.
Yes,
I like that.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And I remember you breaking down a little bit of it before, and I think you went a little bit even more in depth in each butterfly this time, and which was definitely pretty dope. Pretty dope. With the Limitless, was that just something added there, or
so? Limitless Beyond Belief was the title of my first project.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And so my brand as well is I always have the idea that even if people tell you like you're not gonna do it, you're not gonna make it, right? Because there's thousands of other people just in the 210 alone trying to be artists, trying to be mainstream.
Right.
It's possible if you don't set a limit. If you don't set a limit to yourself, you can do whatever you want. You know what I mean? But if you tell yourself, oh, okay, I can cap out right here because that's all I can do, then you're never gonna really know what you could possibly, achieve beyond that. You know what I mean? So limitless beyond belief. You know what I mean? Like,
we talked about that recently. X, remember with the whole whatever you believe type shit. We had a discussion on like no matter what, like the other people could say something, say they don't believe stuff like that, but as a person, like I always say, just believe in. You can do whatever you want to do. Like you can do whatever you want. Put your mind to it.
Right.
But also work on it too. Don't just say, "Oh, this is going to happen," and it's going to happen.
Right.
The manifestation also takes
action.
Action speaks louder than words. Exactly. Right. So you want both of that to happen, and also you don't want to believe someone that tells you, "Hey, go ahead and cut it out because it's not for you." Because if you're passionate about it, and even if you suck ass. And you actually worked on it for 1 year. 1 year worked on whatever you sucked ass at. You're probably better than most people that do that thing. You know what I'm saying?
Because 100%. Because people have that, like, the mindset that they think they're the best, which is a decent mindset to have. You gotta think that you're better than everybody in the room.
Right.
But when you're an upcoming artist, we're all working towards the same thing. Your music might be better than one person in the room. But someone else's music might be better than yours. And they could be doing music for only a year. You could have been cooking up for 5 years. Right. Some people just got it like that. You know what I mean? Like,
and sometimes it's not even being better.
Right.
It's sometimes it's other than talent, there's the work, the dedication, and how your team,
your drive.
Your drive, the team, the people that surround you, the people that's pushing your product. If it gets heard or don't get heard at the shows, your presence, your stage presence, how you interact with people as a person, all that. Like a lot of people don't think about it, but every single thing matters. When you go out there, you don't want to be a shitty person and a great artist. Right. Like say I'm on stage killing it, but when I go on stage, I'm like fuck all these people. Like fuck you, get on my face. You know what I'm saying? Who's gonna want to work with somebody?
Because you're not and even like when you do blow up, like you gotta be humble still.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you made it there because people like your music, not just because you do. You know what I mean? It takes the masses to really back you up for you to blow up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and if you're being like a dick to the people who put you in the position where you are, it's kind of like damn.
And no one's gonna want to work with you.
Right. You know what I mean? Like you might the people who are gonna want to work with you are people who are those same people. You know what I mean? The people who just don't care about anybody but themselves are gonna like you because you're like them. You know what I mean? And they think it's cool. They think it's cool to whatever. You know what I mean? But like, I don't know. I think like being an upcoming artist, you have to remain humble. Not everything's gonna go your way. You know what I mean? You have to. As cliche as it sounds, you gotta fail. I failed multitude of times already, and I'm barely just starting my rap career.
We're human beings.
Right.
We fail on a lot of things.
You gotta fail to reach success, man.
Exactly.
You gotta
fail.
Really exactly. Like my mom, she always used to tell me when I was a kid, she was all like, "You gotta believe it to see it, mijo." You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's why I was telling him, like, as long as I believe it, like I can do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I just started school, right, and so I went into a classroom. I don't know. I feel like God puts us in places we're supposed to be when we're supposed to be there, just to see a certain message from Him.
Holy shit! I'm not even supposed to be on this episode right now. crazy, right? It's your man Lil Giant. I know y'all watching For the Thrill Podcast episode 52, but make sure y'all go check me out on episode 53. Shit's crazy. We talk about a lot of stuff, and yeah, hopefully y'all go check that shit out. Peace, y'all.
Sorry, my bad.
Now we starting just like this. Talk that shit.
What were we talking about?
Remember he was ending with basically the I'm possible?
No. What the hell were we talking about? No.
Yo, Ice, no more Coquito.
No, wait.
Yeah, that's the second time. Let's
No,
start there.
No, because before that it was the impossible thing, right? We talked about that, and then
Wait, last time you was here, I don't think you was even able to drink. That's why we didn't drink, right?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
I was 21.
Oh, you were 21. Wait,
Yeah,
okay.
at the time I didn't like beer.
Okay.
All I had was beer.
Oh.
Yeah, you had the same beer last time. I remember that bottle, bro.
Was it? No, because usually I have Modelo's.
No, it was that one.
It was that one? Was it Yangling? Damn, maybe I did. I don't know. Or Blue Moon, maybe.
Nah, it was that one.
That's crazy because I haven't had Yangling in a while, but that's probably how long it's been.
But he's thinking you going over here.
What the hell?
Yo, you know everybody looking at us like we lit right now, but we're not. I'm fine. Yeah, we're good. We're good. We're just clowning around right now. But yeah, back to what you were talking about.
Alright, so I mean, back to what I was talking about.
I promise you, y'all, we're good. We're good.
Oh shit!
Alright.
All right, fuck it. Go ahead.
So no, like I said, God just pushed us in, different places.
That's what
Seen
we're talking
that?
about.
Yeah.
Impossible.
Yes. Okay. I didn't know
Yes,
anybody
okay,
in the music scene, right?
Yeah.
Except for my friend Luke. Shout out Luke, by the way.
Shout out Luke.
And my first show that I had did was at Paper Tiger, and that's when I met Kid Docs, Classic TKO, Mateo, Thrillz, Rico, right? And I met all y'all.
Oh shit! Damn, yeah.
That was my first show, and that's literally when I met everybody. J2K, the Bougie Boys. I met all of them at one show. It was like
That's crazy.
it was like as if like that was our turning point, because after that show is like how Ice Fest came to be.
That's how. That was like the origin story of your connections, right?
Right. Like that's how how I tapped in with you on the podcast.
Yeah.
And from that, you got all these other people that you now know because through through you. And and I think it's crazy. Like if I never did that first show, I would have never met Kid Docs, TKO, you, anybody.
Right.
I wouldn't have met anyone, and that's something that's like a pivotal moment in my life where like
that's interesting when you think about it and look back at it like that, like
because all of you guys had to have also contributed and wanted to do that same show,
right?
Because it wasn't like my show I was asking you to be on. It was a show that someone else had asked us to
right, exactly.
be on.
Yeah.
And we all just decided to do it, and we all kind of came together from our own worlds, and like.
So yeah, actually, I wasn't even. And like I said, I was recently back in Texas. I just recently moved back around that time, and the weird thing too about that night was Rico. It was actually Rico performing, and I did photography for Rico that night, and then I was just connecting with people, networking, talking to people. Rico was connecting. Me and Rico actually, and got really cool after that night because we knew each other, but we wasn't really as cool as we are now. Now we got a whole EP together, which is crazy because when you say that, it made me think like, damn, wait a minute. Let me think about that night, which is kind of crazy. And then got you on the pod, ended up at Ice Fest, and then interviewing Kid Docs, fucking Classic TKO, and everyone else. That's interesting. When you put it in that perspective. That's pretty dope.
Right. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's it's like, it just kind of like it just literally that was the foundation. You know what I mean, to everything. If I never performed at that show, Demon Time Duo would have never happened.
Right.
You know what I mean? I probably would have met Kid Docs at one show or another, but it was different. The vibes were different.
Right.
Everyone was cool with each other. Right. It was such a good night.
It was like that's where it was meant to.
Right.
The meet was meant to happen.
It was meant to happen there. Speaking about Rico, right, and and everything. I know you have mentioned that he actually mentioned that he is one of the only artists that he knows that has a impediment with his speech, right? I think I told you, but I have the exact same thing.
Yeah, no, I don't think you.
Yeah.
I don't think you. Well, you didn't mention it on the podcast last time. No. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Is that what you were talking about off air?
Yeah.
That is very interesting.
Yeah. So I can tell. So I've actually like suffered from it. Well, you know, you can kind of tell right there, right? Since I was like in the 5th grade. So essentially, I basically, I guess what's the word? I began to have that impediment over because it usually comes with when you're very like when you have a lot of things going on in your life.
The speech impediment.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like it comes at a time when you have a lot of things going on in your life. If you know, parents are like if your parents are getting divorced, that's when a lot of kids develop one because it's times when like great amounts of like pressure and all stuff like that. So when I developed mine was when my grandma passed away. I was in elementary school and I took it really hard. And that was when I'm telling you, out of nowhere, like kindergarten, 1st grade, 2nd grade, 3rd grade, 4th grade, I was fine. 5th grade, out of nowhere, it just happened, right? And you know, and now it's not as bad because I work as a server, so I talk to people every day. And being in music, I talk to people every day.
You got to, yeah.
Right. But you know, even then, you can still see it. You can hear it. You know, it's usually with like the S's, the A's, the B's.
So you kind of figured out what it is that you avoid those words, or what?
I try to. Yeah. You probably would have never told it. Like, you probably would have never known if I told you.
No.
A lot of people tell me that, but what's crazy is like, I think it's crazy how out of everyone that I know, I'm the most social person, and
social ice.
Right.
Social ice.
I'm the most social person, but I'm the one that has a speech impediment.
That is crazy. You know, I didn't know. Like I and you said that we probably spoke about it before, but I don't remember that. I don't remember. You probably mentioned it, and I'm like.
Right.
Because I never like seen that in you. See, I know with Rico is one he had it like since he was younger. He said as well, but also from being in the military in regards to fragments and stuff like that, it kind of and like intensified it.
Right.
So I know that was the situation with him, and then you saying the situation, and rest in peace to your grandmother, where that's
Thank you.
Originally started, right?
Yeah. So I know with Rico, he like. For him is when he talks when he gets happy about something and he starts talking fast, you can kind of tell that he like has to like kind of like calm down a little bit. That's how I am too. Like if we're talking about something and I'm like, oh my god, like I start getting like happy or like excited about it.
Yeah.
You know, I start like kind of having to calm down a bit, but it comes randomly. Like there's good days when I don't have it at all. Like I'm just hanging out. I can talk perfectly fine. And there's days at work where I'm literally like, Jesus Christ. Like, you know, like I need to like hold on. Like you know.
Take a breather.
Right. No, I literally go outside or like I'll just chill, you know, in between like one table and the other, and I'm just kinda like, all right, you know, and then go to the next table and then it's better, you know, especially when I'm not thinking about it. When I'm the best way to like describe it is if I was in class, right? First day of school, you know how teachers are like, please, everyone, one by one, introduce yourself. When I tell y'all that was the hardest thing I had to do in my life. In high school, you couldn't really tell your teachers like, hey, I'm not going to do this because, you know, it was like almost like a requirement because you're going to be with that class the entire year. And y'all will see each other almost every day. Y'all will know each other every day. You know what I mean? I told a couple of my teachers once I got like in my last year of high school, and like a couple of them like they were like, hey, you know, that's fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they would introduce me, you know. But then once I got to college, I would email my teachers like, hey, just letting you know, if it's a class of like 300 people, they don't make you get up and do that. But if it's a class of like 20 people, you know, they're gonna make you introduce yourself.
Right.
So in those classes, I would email my teacher and be like, hey, just letting you know, this is my situation. Can you please not make me do this tomorrow? And actually, like, there's no teacher that ever told me no. You know what I mean? So that was something that I appreciate a lot, was when my teachers would kind of like understand where I'm coming from, and they'd be like, okay, I'm not going to put them like on the spot like that. But it happens when I'm thinking about it, like when I think, oh, I have to literally do this, like I have to introduce myself, or if I'm reading like a book, like if I was reading that book in front of you guys and you were like, hey, read this paragraph, in my head, y'all are looking at me, so that pressure is like already high.
Intensifies it,
and I'm looking at the words, and I'm thinking about what I have to like talk about, and it's just like, dang, like, so the A's, you know, the B's, the I's, you know, that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? And
so it's like it's more of a mental.
Right. Yeah.
Thing,
yeah. If I'm like just talking about random stuff, it doesn't really come out too much. But then if I know, like, if you're like, hey, read this thing, and I'm reading it for you, I'm looking at what these words are, and I'm like, oh dang, this word has like an A in it at the beginning. I don't want to get there, and then I get there, I'm like, you know, and then I pause. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Yeah, I noticed those little pauses, like, you know, when you're talking and everything.
Yeah.
I noticed some little pauses. I didn't know why you did it, but none of that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
A lot of times too, it's because when I talk fast, sometimes my words get very, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just kind of jumbled all together. But sometimes it's just because like I get caught on a word and I know how to like push past it a little bit and like say a different word, you know? And so.
That's interesting. And this is the first time you spoke on this? On a podcast?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe this is the first time I ever talked about it. I mean, everyone that knows me, like,
knows of it.
No, like the people who like I work with, they know of it, you know. And then my friends, you know, they like my friends who I've known like my whole life, they you know, they know about it too. But it's like something that I was embarrassed of, but now it's just kind of like
embraced.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, I mean, I can't wake up tomorrow and not have it. You know what I mean? I can work on it, you know, just by talking more. You know, eventually it'll go away, hopefully, you know. But as of now, it's just a part of me that I gotta just kind of work with, you know, and get past. But I mean, yeah.
No, yeah, that's interesting, man. Like with Rico, I was telling him, I was like, man, you need to embrace this,
right?
And like tell people like you're the stuttering rapper, man. Like make it be like known, like hey, like look. I'm the stuttering rapper. So maybe, because I was telling him that could actually push him to even be more of a, what would you call it?
Relatable?
More relatable. Maybe even more viral on TikTok or something if you start pushing that content. Just because he considers himself to be a stuttering rapper, just say it. Just being open and say it. And when I'm recording with Rico, when he does music, I don't hear the stutter. Like it's like he goes through it. Like he raps. Like
that's how I am. Whenever I'm like in the car, like rapping a song, you never catch me. Like
he actually said that the other day, right? About when we was in the booth with Rico. You like I don't hear him stuttering. Like
but then when he talks, right?
Yeah.
That's how I am too. When I talk, it's so different. You know. That's why whenever we were like doing like the intros to the podcast, I had to do a couple takes.
Yeah.
Because of that. Yeah.
But actually, I mean. Still, even at that, with that, you did good, man.
Yeah.
Like
I would have never guessed.
Yeah, if you didn't mention it, I got the 43 exclusive here, man.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It's being open, being vulnerable, man.
Hell yeah.
Nah, that's dope, man. And hopefully that shit is light because people that has a speech impediment. Same thing like what I told Rico, man. Your word, the things you say, and the things you've been through, especially with that speech impediment, you might inspire someone else that has a speech impediment to go out there and be like, man, if they can do this, I can do this.
You just gotta push through it, man. You just gotta push through it and, you know, work your way through it. Know the ins and outs. Like, if you just gotta be honest with people, because if you don't want to be embarrassed by it, you gotta just tell people up front. You know what I mean? Because people are gonna hit you with like, if I'm talking and I start pausing, people are gonna be like, Come on. I hated that shit, bro. When when like I would talk and I would get, caught, people would be like, come on, like hurry up. And it's just like, damn, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
And they didn't know about it.
No, but even like, and then like when I told them, you don't want to be like that person that tells them and now you feel like a dick because you made them feel like a dick. You know what I mean? Right? And you don't want to pull that card every time. You know what I mean? But like, if I usually just tell people, and if they ask, they ask. If they don't, then they don't.
Gotcha.
But
honestly, like hearing, and even last time you on the pod, I didn't even notice it. And obviously, you know how to use your language where, like you stated earlier, certain words that you avoid or switch the word up, if anything,
100%.
which is smart, man. That's fucking smart.
No, it's like how he was mentioning Reek, and how you were talking about like you got very social. And what you do, I feel like because Reek has been doing this, So as far as when it comes to pertaining to music, it's like he doesn't stutter at all.
Right.
And it's just like you got very social, so it's like now it's coming where you're actually understanding your ins and outs of it.
Right.
So
Exactly.
like that.
Oh man, we over here got some Coquito over here. I put social ice on the Coquito, man. I asked him to say social ice. What's your ethnicity, man? He's like, I'm Puerto Rican. I'm, oh shit, I'm Puerto Rican too. And he's like, I'm Mexican too. So he's Puerto Rican and Mexican. I'm Puerto Rican. Co-host is Mexican. Look at that. But yeah, we're fucking up some good ass Coquito over here. For those of you who do know, I might have a speech impediment. You seen that? Fuck with you. But yeah, this is some good shit. Puerto Ricans, I know y'all know about it. Other cultures too. But we over here sipping on that.
The first one you gave me,
Uh-huh.
all coconut. This one is all alcohol, bro. I took a sip and I was like, I gotta drive home.
Wait, that was a whole different bottle. That was the other bottle. Oh, that was frozen. Did you shake it?
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
You didn't shake it.
No, I didn't.
You poured it and it came out like a slush.
No, I did shake it because you said shake it a little bit, and I did, and then
When
I was like
You
this.
shook it out the bottle?
Because the first one just tasted like I was drinking like coconut. I couldn't taste alcohol at all. I took a sip. I was like, God damn, bro.
You said, what's the difference? What happened?
Really, what happened?
What happened?
Made 2 batches, one for the week, one for the weekend. I got the weekend batch, bro.
We get back.
It's just crazy.
Yeah,
bro.
it's good though. Fuck
Got mix it, you know.
Man, no, I really appreciate you sharing that though.
And smell it too, guys.
Wait, you can smell the rum?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. No, I'll fuck with it. You got any favorite drinks?
Like alcohol?
Yeah. Like it's something that your go-to when you're doing your events or anything?
I'm simple, man. Like I'm Jack and Coke.
Okay, Jack Coke's my dad's favorite.
Jack and Coke, rum and Coke.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm be honest, I ain't got no shame, right? Whenever I grew up and I started to, drink, the person who I drank the most was my mom. Right? My mom was like, shout
out to Mama Ice.
Shout out to Mama Ice. She still is like, she's my best friend. The partier, right?
That's cool.
But the thing I love about her is that she doesn't treat me like a kid. You know what I mean? Nice. She treats me like she loves me.
Nice.
Because she does, But she doesn't treat me like I'm 6. She treats me like I'm 23.
Mm-hmm.
Come in whenever you want, leave the house whenever you want. Just be quiet because I work tomorrow,
Respectable. Yeah.
Respect. But since I'm paying rent at the house, she understands that it's also my house too. So she's not like, hey, this is my house and my house only. You know what I mean? Like this is also your place.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So she
make you feel comfortable.
Right. So she always tells me if she's doing something wrong, she's like, talk to me.
Yeah.
Like tell me what I'm doing wrong. And I love that about her.
No, that's amazing, man.
But I grew up, drinking with her, and her go-to was pina coladas. No matter where we are, man. We went on a cruise this past year, and dude, when I tell you, man, freaking pina coladas everywhere.
Where'd you go?
We went to the Bahamas, and we went to Turks, bro. We went to Turks, and so this.
How was that?
Fire. I felt, like how, Drake's always like, we ain't even not Turks you finna take, right? Like Turks everywhere. I was like, I gotta act like I'm Drake here, bro, and so I was like, I posted a picture with a Drake song talking about Turks,
Yeah. But, you have to. You have to.
But,
I live in the moment.
Right, but we're going on another cruise this year. We're going to I believe, to Puerto Rico, right? And I've never been. I've never been. And I'm Puerto Rican. Never been to Puerto Rico. Yeah.
Hey, man. Believe it or not, I haven't either.
It's fine.
No, I was born in Jersey, and I just never.
Yeah.
And I just never ended up going to Puerto Rico. I need to go to Puerto Rico though.
But yeah, man.
I've never been to Puerto
Rico. I got a
Rico.
lot of family.
I've never been to Mexico.
Me either. Yeah, I'm Mexican.
Yeah.
Like what the hell?
I mean,
but like
we gotta get our shit together,
right?
All of us on this couch. We gotta get our shit.
Yeah, no. Pina coladas. My go-to. I recently got more comfortable with drinking beer. Like I used to hate beer with the passion, man. It's cool now. Like I'm like I told you, I like drinking light beer. I'll probably get into like everything else. Like maybe like sooner or later. Mm-hmm. But as of
everything
now,
else, what you mean?
Like the dark beer. No,
Relax, man. Stick to the alcohol.
The dark beers.
Gotcha. I fuck with you.
But I mean, this is fire. It's coconut. It's like a pina colada. It's literally what it tastes like.
No. Thanks.
But yeah, no. I would say alcohol. Jack and Coke, rum and Coke, this,
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
gotcha.
pina colada, and then you're talking about like drinks or right, man. Sweet tea. This is the most Texas thing I'm gonna say. Sweet tea and Big Red.
Huh?
That is I feel like the most Texas thing as far as drinks. He's saying like
Regular drink. He said what? He said what are you doing? You're mixing what?
Right, like what's going on here?
No,
it's funny what you said about the beer. Like I didn't like beer either when I was like 5. No, but it's because my grandfather used to give me taste of beer. I used to hate that shit when I was a kid.
Oh no, facts. I literally hated
Like,
beer
as a
probably
kid, bro.
to like the age of 9 to 10, and then for some reason like I started actually liking beer.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Yeah, no.
Speaking of Big Red though, they actually have this thing's been out for maybe 2-3 years, maybe more. They actually got Big Red beer.
What?
Yeah, look it
Where?
up. I'm being for real.
Like,
Shit! You could only
No,
get them
fuck that
at
now.
the warehouse. You can't actually get them in the stores.
That's
You
crazy.
Only get them at the warehouse.
That's crazy.
wait, so how do you go? You can walk into the warehouse or what?
So
Oh, you got work there?
I'm not trying to pull up and get shot or trying to walk in there. You know what I mean?
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Where your alcohol Big Red?
Oh God.
No, like if you look up the Big Red beer, because I was reading about it. You go to the Big Red beer.
Man, this is not a sponsor ad for Big Red, by the way. But
Yeah.
Big Red wanted to get the sponsor. We out here.
Check the email.
Right. ForTheThrillPodcast@gmail.com.
Check the email.
For real.
Hell yeah. That's crazy though. What the hell?
I was surprised too. I was like, yo,
That's crazy.
my mom, she loves Bud Light, right?
Right.
So it's like, I'm like, she loves Big Red too, though. So I was like, you know what?
Yeah,
Like,
that's why
if
I
I
like doing the
get my hand on
podcast
Big
too,
Red
man. You
beer-
learn new shit, like just be off the wall shit that you probably never.
Right. I think it's another thing too. Like I like sweet tea, but I don't like twisted tea. Like the alcohol. I just think it tastes weird. Like the
Yeah.
alcohol and the tea. Like
I mean,
like when I drink tea, I just think of it as like a beverage that I'm drinking with like my Mexican food.
so
You know
what
I mean?
tea? Are you talking about sweet tea? Or are you talking about like a lemon tea?
I mean,
Because those two got different correlations.
I love just regular sweet tea, but I
Okay,
love peach
okay.
tea and raspberry tea.
So twisted tea actually has the sour tea in it. It doesn't
Oh,
have the
that's
sweet
why.
tea.
That's why. That's probably why.
Yeah.
That's probably why I don't like it.
Yeah.
Hey, no beef with twisted, but like
He's like, no, we twisted.
No beef with
Yo,
twisted.
listen, we're getting into the actually taste buds of social ice tonight.
Sure.
Now, let's go back to the projects or whatnot. What the people got? What you and the people got looking forward to this upcoming project?
A whole new mode, man.
If you could describe that mode, what would it be?
Greatness.
Greatness.
Okay.
Okay. What? So, what are you aiming? Because I know you said so. You scrapped the other project. Boom, boom. You scrapping the other project. So what's going to be on this project that you feel as though you were missing on that project that you're scrapping?
Quality.
Quality. Okay.
Yeah. So the reason why I'm taking off a couple of those songs on the last project is because the quality wasn't there because I rushed it. That quality alone was good at the time, in my opinion. But looking back on it, as like a fan, if somebody pulls up that music and hits like shuffle on your Apple Music or Spotify, and those songs play, it's gonna give them a bad first impression. You know what I mean? And like, I don't want them to have that bad taste in their mouth because you only get one first impression if no one knows you.
Yeah.
If they hit shuffle and one of your like B tier songs play and they're like, this is what this man is, and they're not gonna go back and listen
Right,
to
and just judge you based off that song.
they're not
Especially if you're someone new. Yeah.
They're not gonna go back
Nah,
and see this
I
stuff
see.
because in their mind that's the image they have of you now.
Yeah.
Unless you perform and you change that image because of like you performing with them in the room.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10 though, they live in a different place than you do. You know what I mean? I think this album is the quality. The time that I put into this album is just, I can see it. I can see why artists take so long to do albums. But I just when I was I went to Cali to go to a hip hop show, Rolling Loud Cali, and Lil Uzi was performing, and at the end of his set, he was like, the album is coming out this year. I used to always think when I was coming up in music, making y'all wait 3-4 years was cool, but it's not. So I'm not doing that shit no more. That shit's lame. Especially as upcoming artists, you can't be thinking like, oh, I'm the shit, so I'm gonna do like those Playboy Cardi drops where you drop every 8 years, and then it's just like people forgot about you already, dog.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, you gotta have your foot on their throats. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta be in their face every day. When they open Instagram, they gotta see you and then you again. You know what I mean? Like, that's how you stay consistent. You know what I mean? but still have that quality. You know what I mean?
Consistency is key.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Like hit up someone that does pictures and do like a picture day with them where y'all go out and shoot like Instagram reels and pictures and like that. And that's like 9 to 10 posts you could do, and you can post once a week. You know what I mean, or twice, or once every other day, and that's content for all those days. You know what I mean? And like that's only like $200. You know, however much you're willing to spend on your career. You know what I mean? But
well, if your pants $200, come to Thrillz Films. I'll do one for $150 for you, social. I'll let your boy.
Say less.
I'll let your boy. We just did actually a photo shoot today. Oh, Papi X Donero.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I want to see that for sure.
Yeah,
All
that's probably dropped. No, the photo probably drop next week or something like that. As far as this podcast, well, like I said, probably 2 to 3 weeks from now. But I still got the other podcast, episode 51 is should be dropping this week.
Oh yeah,
this week. Is there anything that you want to tell the people that something has been on your mind that you feel as though they need to know? It could be in music, it could be anything. What's something you want to give the people?
I got you. This is, I guess, a lot of things we can talk about. I got time today, yo. I can't ready.
Hey, we here, man, for the thrill.
Right, I can't ready. I would definitely say, man, if you're an artist, we're all artists in this room.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If you're an artist out there, and people, right? Okay, so I'm about to sit up for this one.
Oh, sit up, Mike.
So, okay, look, right. Ever since I started making music, my group has changed. You know, when I came in last time for our podcast, that like friend group I was in is drastically changed, right?
Yeah.
Completely changed.
How so?
A lot of those friends are gone, just doing their own thing. You know what I mean? I got no bad blood with them, but at the end of the day, right, it takes two people to communicate. So what I mean by that is we're busy, right, as artists, right? But thing is other people are also busy that aren't artists, you know?
Right.
But if somebody pulls up to you on Instagram and comes at you, yo, you don't be talking to me no more, and you look back, well, dog, you ain't even hit me either. You know what I mean? It's like, why do I have to text you for us to be in communication? You know what I mean? Text me, I might not see it for a couple hours or like a day, but I'll still hit you back. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing that I've like, oh, bro, like I've gone through that a lot. Like with people being like, man, like, you know, you just haven't talked to me in a minute. You know, guys and girls too. And I'm just like, hey, yo, like, hit me up. You know what I mean? Like, text me. You know, like. But thing is, I understand it is not on them to text me either. Yeah. But if they're gonna come at me like that, like, why haven't you texted me first? It's like, whoa, why haven't, you know? If you wanted to talk to me that bad, like, just hit me up too. You know, I'll hit you back. You know what I mean? Like, it's different from being like, why haven't you texted me, to being like, hey, yo, what's up? We haven't talked in a while. You know? Because at that point, it's like, hey, yo, what's up? Versus coming at me completely like a misdirection, like, yo, like, hey, chill.
So is that why some of these relationships kind of were hindered due to communication?
That too, but just like, you know, like, it's, I mean, from, you know, guys, you know, like, you know, I've had a couple friends that are guys that have just like kind of just gone to shit, and it's not, I got no bad blood with them, you know, but like, people go their separate ways.
Were they artists as well or no?
No.
Gotcha.
No.
So you're in a different world already compared to them, because, like you said earlier, regular people got regular lives. Right. But when you're an artist, like, and if you're really taking his craft seriously like you do, that whole thing intensifies.
Yeah. So the whole thing about like, hey, bro, like, let's go out and party. No, I'm gonna go record. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna go party, sit there with a drink in my hand, listen to music. I could do that in a recording studio.
You know what I mean? On podcast, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is all content. This is all, you know. Like, and that's what I was saying to Papi X Donero. Content is key. Right. And like, even like tonight, we could be out partying right now, but we're doing a little podcast night, now, getting some promo.
To be completely fair, like, it's good to go out. You know, like,
networking.
If people tell y'all like, hey, you have to be in the lab every day, no, you don't. You know what I mean? Like, don't do that, because you're gonna burn yourself out. You know what I mean? What's going on, y'all? Social Ice here. Thank y'all for tuning into this podcast, y'all. Make sure y'all look me up on all platforms: Social Ice, Instagram, Social Ice with the _. Twitter, The Social Ice, TikTok, social.ice. Catch me on everything, y'all, for real.
Good in the Hood for the Thrill Podcast. We back from that little commercial break, you know. We got Social Ice in the motherfucking building, man. We got Papi X Donero and your host MC Thrillz. We getting it popping. We on episode 52. If you ain't know, follow us on all platforms at For the Thrill Podcast. So what's your ice, man? What's up, man?
Hell yeah, man. I guess back to what I was saying. Like, yeah, no, a lot of my like friendships have just kind of changed and altered since last time, that I was here.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, it's just guys and girls, sometimes, having like a friend that's a girl, like they just do their own thing. Same thing with guys, they do their own thing. It's hard, you know what I mean? Like, it's hard to keep up with everybody, you know what I mean? And, if they want to be in my life, that's cool, but I'll never force someone to do that.
Like force a relationship, yeah.
I'll never force someone to be in my life, Now, come back around when I'm, when I blow up, and they're like, hey, bro, like, like, nah, you know what I mean? Like, we can definitely talk, but you're not going to be one of the ones that, like, roll with, everything that I do, you know what I mean? Like, that's spot reserved for people, that have been there for me from the not the entire jump, but, like, people who I've met along the way that are still there, you know what I mean? Because, like, people like you and Kid Docs, like, I didn't meet you guys when I first started doing music, so it's a little unfair to be like people from the jump because you guys aren't from the jump, but y'all been with me since I met you. You know what I mean? I think that's like what people don't understand is you got to look at people that have been with you since you met them because those people are still loyal to you because they could have dipped out whenever. You know what I mean? And so
it's I'm glad you said that. So I got like a similar thing when it comes to that. Like keeping people on that the people that have been on the journey with you, per se. So everyone that I know has done me right. Like throughout my journey in life, I always see it as this. Whether it was something small, or it was something that like without them that day or that month or whatever, it could have went a lot worse. Those are things I keep in the back of my mind. Like you said, it's not just from the jump, but like me, it's them little things that I'm like, damn. They really looked out for me when I was down and out. Damn, they really looked out for me when I needed this the most, and they didn't have to. So stuff like that I always think about, and those people I always keep. I could say I got a little journal of people that are like, when things go the way that they're gonna go, these people will be blessed. These people, and I was even telling X, I was telling like right now we're in grind mode. Like this is in grind mode, but once things pop off, man, you're getting a piece of the pie. I told him straight up, like, as long as you're grinding with me, you're doing this thing with me, and we're just doing a podcast shit. But when shit take off, man, that's you're in there. You're in there, man. Because right now you're helping me when it's not at the level I know it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? Once it gets to that level, then everyone's eating, man. Everyone's eating. So yeah, I'm glad you said that because that's similar mentality I have.
I think it's really good to have those friendships like outside of being an artist, you gotta have your, I'm not gonna say regular friends, but like, you know what I mean, but like you gotta have, your friends, your artist friends and then your friends, because you gotta have those two lives,
balance. You have to balance.
Yeah, like your whole life, once you blow up, your whole life will be about you being that artist you are. But even then, like people who are artists that are mainstream, like Drake, like he still has his own personal life that. That man goes to Turks almost every damn week, because he can, and then, like, he's probably still working on music while he's there, you know what I mean? But, like, he still goes out and enjoys himself, you know what I mean? And I think that's, like, back to, like, that earlier, that you gotta live your life, you gotta enjoy yourself, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta have fun, don't always be, working yourself to the ground because you're gonna get burnt out and tired of it,
No, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. How you feel about that, X?
Definitely was well spoken.
What's your take on it from your side?
I mean, honestly,
the Coquito.
The Coquito! There we go! Alright, X, you out of it. X marks the spot.
This guy. I definitely could relate to that though.
Oh yeah.
No personal takes though?
Not really.
It's all good, man. It's all good. For the people who are just listening to this Spotify, we out here, man. Papi X Donero co-hosting. Make sure y'all check out. We got the new For the Thrill podcast merch. Make sure y'all tap in at For the Thrill podcast. get the new merchandise.
Got to, bro.
Hell yeah.
Merch. Yeah, I'm trying to get on my merch game soon, but it's expensive, man.
So actually, I do this myself now.
What?
So yeah, now I have my merch is called Thrillz by Design. So I have a page called Thrillz by Design where I make merch for other people. I actually and I just got probably my biggest order, just kind of like starting off for a church. I'm gonna do about 40 shirts, man. So that's gonna be.
Do you do like just words or logos?
No, I do it all, man. I do it all. So whatever you need, let me know, and we'll make it happen. Yeah, we will make it happen. Yeah, let me know.
He said whatever I need, y'all on camera.
Whatever you need, I make it happen.
On camera.
Y'all heard him.
But it's gonna be for a price.
I got you. But on camera.
Yeah. I got what you need.
Hey, y'all heard him. He said, "Do you do words
Or logos.
Just logos, right?
Or logos.
Everything.
That hoodie right there. I don't know if y'all can see it. Show them the hoodie.
We go pan the camera in later.
Okay.
Yeah, no, definitely like put it. We'll do pan the camera. Same thing we're gonna do with his shoes. We'll just pan it.
Got you.
The behind the scenes, you know.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah. We just add it in there and then I'll clip it together. We call it camera magic. That's what we call it.
B-roll.
Yeah, B-roll. There you go. There you go. Talking about B-roll. What's up with the music videos? What's that looking like moving forward?
Oh man. So what I'm doing is so the album rollout. I want the album rollout to be have a trailer for it. I think I said it earlier. Like we're talking about.
Yeah.
You know the project.
Yeah, briefly brought it up. Yeah.
That I definitely am working on. Like I have a trailer in mind.
Okay.
So that's gonna be like I would say the next video that I have will be like the trailer. But I'm also gonna be doing like I'm gonna be going out for like a day with one of my other music friends, Quest. Shout out Quest and shout out Josh. They do amazing like video work behind the scenes, like Instagram reels, and they were both kind of saying like how we can go out for like a day and just like shoot reels, and I think that's what I'm gonna do like leading up to the project. Like I'm gonna drop the album trailer. The album trailer will essentially drop the release date, and it'll be like it'll drop the album title, all that good stuff. But the reels will be like a teaser of what's coming out soon. And then I'm gonna do like a behind the scenes of me with my engineer recording music, so like they can see like a little documentary type.
Yeah.
Like I want this project to have like enough content to put out like a documentary if I wanted to. You know what I mean? Like a little behind the scenes footage like would be fire.
Hell yeah. No, hell yeah.
Because my last two projects they had content, but all they had was just a project and just like Instagram posts. They didn't have any reels, they didn't have any TikToks, they didn't have any trailers, any music videos. Like all that stuff came after the project dropped. Gotcha. So
you're thinking ahead of it now.
Thinking ahead of it now, taking the time, seeing the picture, definitely putting more quality into it, so that way people know what's coming.
Yeah.
And it's not just like, hey, by the way, this week this is coming out. Because chances are, like, I have a couple of my friends that do music, and there's times when like they'll text me, hey, by the way, my track's out. And it's just like, well, damn, like, hold on, like, I'm at work right now.
Yeah.
I'll listen to it after work. I get off of work, and I already forgot that it came out.
Yeah.
And that's, like, no, like, shade to anybody.
Yeah.
Right? But like, if you're consistently, like, dropping, like, in my face, like, hey, this is coming out this day. This is coming out soon. And you drop it again on the release date, I'm going to remember when it comes out. Because I've seen it so many times.
Consistency, We're putting it in front of their faces. That's what mainstream media does to us.
Yeah.
Throws it in front of their faces constantly.
So, I, like, learned this other crazy thing. You know how, like, if you were to blink right now and, like, close your eyes, you can kind of see the last thing that you looked at. So, like, for example, like, if you look at the door and you close your eyes, you can still see the picture,
like, image,
an image of, like, the door, because it's there, it's in your face. So whenever you see that person on Instagram, they're in your face, and you turn your mind away from that, they're still, like, you close your eyes, go into bed, you turn your mind off everything else, but you still remember that because it's right there. You know what I mean?
Especially if it's constant. Yeah.
Right. If
it's constant. Right. And man, our brains, our memory, us humans, we're powerful.
Right.
So like we take in a lot now than we ever have been, but we're still better than the computer. We're still better than machines. As far as like. Obviously, we're spiritual. We're different. Obviously, the computers could hold certain things and do certain things that we can't, like the AI and shit. But I'm saying on a more spiritual level, when we, like you said, see things and keep that in there, or and then with emotion is big to remember things. So when you see something and they create content, try to make it emotionally attached. Earlier, like we said, relatable, personable. Like when you mentioned the speech impediment. So shit like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm.
What's up, Papi X? You in the building?
Yeah.
What you got for us?
All right, so it's what he just said right now. Hold on, because I just had it. Like I was just about to explain. Okay, so hold on.
Papi X Donero, y'all co-host.
Hold on, man, because he was mentioning.
Was it on song about like me closing my eyes and looking at the door?
Yes, there we go. So look. So there was actually a
That's what
TikTok.
read minds
You
too.
could actually look. Y'all could actually
Yeah.
y'all could actually look this up. It actually probably came like maybe last year or so. This is when they had this TikTok video out. But it was when Kobe Bryant died. Probably maybe like 2-3 weeks later. Somebody did a video where they tell you close your eyes, right? And that's basically what it was about. So you staring at Kobe's picture in the TikTok, right? And I think you stared at it for like 15 seconds or whatever, right? Then you close your eyes and they tell you to look up at a wall. And then like when you when you like close your eyes, you're gonna see him like there. So it's like you're closing your eyes, right? And as soon as you open it, he just pops out, on that wall.
Right.
And it was like just so creative. I'm like, yo, that's crazy how our brains work like that.
Right. That's fire.
I wonder how many people gonna do that, like now that we're talking about it, the people that listen
Right,
to it,
yeah.
and like they're gonna do it like honestly when you were talking about, I feel like doing it at the door.
Don't do this if you're driving. Listen to this shit. Like,
Right, yeah. Please be careful.
Yeah, I'm glad he brought that up. Speaking of that, guys, look, I know when it's Friday, for some of y'all it's the weekends. Be careful on the road still. They be saying these many people died this year, and I really feel it's like, we just get bum rushed to ready to get home after we had a long day. I get it. Yesterday, I was on 1604 highway. There was a 3-car collision right there by Parent Vital. Then I was heading to the 281 highway. Another accident happened. And this all happened yesterday. This all happened on Friday. And it wasn't like Friday after y'all got out the club. This was Friday like 7 p.m. Barely getting home, about to get dressed, go to the club situation.
Right. Yeah, no.
That's real talk. That's real talk.
That's how, I lost my grandma because someone had a collision.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah, so I'm really big about that. That's why, like, if I go places and, like, I have to go home, like, I'll have one drink.
Yeah.
And that's it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because, like, you want to make it home. You know what I mean? Like, I never want to put my mom or my girlfriend in that position where, they have to remember me. You know what I mean? Thinking about that, you know what I mean, is just, like, it's too much on me to think about.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? I can only imagine, like, what they would feel.
Right, yeah. Oh, man, that's
but, like, yeah, no, 100%, man. I respect you for saying that because, a lot of people just, especially in Texas, bro, people don't know how to drive, bro.
They don't.
Like, especially, bro, if you own a big truck with some bright-ass lights and you honking at someone, bro, fuck you, bro. Because you
blinded people and shit,
bro. Because like,
I see why you rock the shades, man.
Yes, bro.
I'm ready for y'all.
Yes, because y'all be thinking that y'all are some big shit, bro. Because y'all put all this shit on your big ass truck, bro. When I see that whole flipped over, I'm gonna drive right by you, bro. Oh God. Because
Social Ice talking shit tonight now. You're talking shit.
I feel that because bro, them Beamers, bro. That as soon as they hit, like. I was like, yo, like, turn off your brakes. And it's because they're so close to me.
And they want to pass you. Yes,
when
bro.
they're tailgating me too, okay, boom. I'm going to go ahead and brake check you. If I'm not brake checking you, I'm going to slow down for you. You go around.
Right.
I don't need the lights in my face.
Bro, be like, bro, I swear to God. Let someone truck hit me, bro. I'm collecting y'all's fucking family savings, bro. I'm getting
Social Ice coming for it all. He gonna start his new record label with that.
I'm getting paid, bro. I'm getting paid from that shit. Bro.
He said, fuck the truck. People with the big ass, bright ass lights.
Yes, bro. bro, cause on the way home, like, to my house, like, there's one road that has no lights. Like, it's just, like, the traffic lights.
Mm-hmm.
So, from the highway to that traffic light, it's just, pitch black. So I turn my brights on when there's no cars coming or there's no cars like ahead of me. If it's just me on the road, I'll turn my brights on because I'm not trying to hit no freaking buff deer, right? You know what I mean? But like, then bro, this happened recently. Like I was driving home and I turned off the highway. The truck came behind me and I'm chilling, and this man is just sitting there with beamers on, like right up to my car, bro. And I'm like, there is nobody on
the road.
Like, go around me.
Yeah.
You really got to get home. I don't know if he had to take a shit. I don't know what's going on.
Never know, right?
Like, just go around me, bro, because I'm telling you, I'm not going to go any faster. Because if a cop comes, he's going to get me because I'm in front of him.
Right. You know what the worst? The worst thing about those specific type of situations when they do all that, they speed past you, and then y'all end up at the same light next to each other.
Yeah, bro. And then no, bro. This is bro. I'm petty when it comes to that. This is what I do, bro. So like, I've had that happen to me twice. Once recently as well. The truck like pulled around me, and and you can see him in his truck like, making like the motions to me because like he's all pissed off and right back in, hauls by me. Light turns red. So I hit my brakes and I slowly pull up to him, but I'm looking at him right like this, and I roll down my window. I'm just like, I wave at him, roll back up my window, and I'm petty. You know what I mean?
And just like,
yeah, like they're all pissed off and everything. And then when the light turns green, they hit the gas, and I'm like, bro, you just wasted $20 right there in gas. You know what I mean? Like, like I'm like,
and the truck driver's gonna hate this episode, man.
I'm like, yeah, like, what did y'all
I can relate to that though.
Yeah.
Hey, there goes your next shirt, man. Put the fuck trucks right there.
God, bro. Yeah,
they gonna write a whole diss song against the truck driver.
Don't get me wrong, like trucks are nice. Like I would love to, like, once I blow up, maybe own one, I guess. But like, this is specifically, to those who fucking
ignorant
ride people on the highway, like
on
just yes, bro, like just to get around them, like dog, like. Chill, you know what I mean?
Chill.
Like, relax.
Social chill.
Like relax, bro.
I could relate to that, man, because actually this happened like a long time ago. Me and my family we just got out of church, and this guy ends up cutting us off, and he's in a Suburban. He ends up cutting us off, and we're in a whole Nissan, cutting us off and everything. And my mom like is beeping and everything like that. He rolls down the window, he flips my mom off, and he's like, what, like that, acting all big. And he was a little swole, you know what I'm saying? But we didn't care. My dad got out, my two brothers got out, my sister got out. We was like, what, what's up? Like we was like right there in the like right there, literally in the intersection. I was like, whoa, what's up? He's like, yeah. He was there, and my dad's like this, yeah, what's up? Like, yo, look, I tell you this,
getting serious, huh?
Like you see my dad, if you see my dad's face. Like, his eyes, man, I don't know what it is, man. Like, when he looks crazy-eyed to you, man, my dad, he has history. No, for real. He has
demon time right there.
Yeah.
My dad, like, he cut deers for a living with his dad. He would always hunt deers as a kid. And ever since then, like, he's traumatized by it, but in somewhat a good way, because he experienced it with his dad, but it's also like, when he gets in a fight, if he's beating somebody up, if blood comes out that person, somebody stop my dad. Because my dad's not stopping now. My dad's not stopping. Like, it's just like how he was hunting that deer. He wants to see blood, and when he does,
like embedded
he wants to make sure. Yeah. So like.
Oh hell no.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, nah. See, bro, my mom has road rage, bro.
Yeah.
Mom, I love you.
So does mine. Mom, I love you too. My mom had some serious.
My mom and my
she's
girl.
the most Christian woman.
Bro, my mom and my girl be having road rage, bro. My girl I'm sorry, but like, yeah, but like, dog, like, she does not get the fact that we're on the road, right? And if she flicks someone off because, they cut her off, which is fine, I respect it,
Yeah.
That could be that person's last straw. Now, this person's getting out the car. She gonna look at me to hop out. I'm just on my phone, like, I'm not trying to fight today.
Or if it's a guy, or there's a couple of guys in that car, then all right, now you gotta fight.
Right, now I'm getting jumped while she's just like, get off him. You know what I mean? It's just like, damn.
I'm gonna call the cops now. Let's go. Like, fuck. Like, damn, I gotta take this ass whooping now.
Holy hell. Nah, like, yeah, bro.
Dang.
But my
mom. Put your girl on blast after she made them nice shoes.
Nah, bro, okay. Hold on. Let's switch it over. we were in Houston earlier
Cut,
this
cut.
past year. No, keep it rolling, keep it rolling.
Keep rolling.
We were in Houston this past year. It was me, my mom, my girl, and my mom. Okay, we are in Houston, right?
H-Town.
I love H-Town. That's my second home. But we are in Houston, right? And like we're at the mall, and my mom, this girl, like, backs up and like accidentally like almost like she cuts off my mom a little bit. And my mom's fucking cussing out the window, and I'm like, damn, bro, we are in Houston, chill, right? And then
oh yeah, you see that shit that happened in Houston when the chick pulled out the gun?
yes,
Oh man, now I see why you say in Houston.
And then so we parked the car,
Yeah.
and the girl is getting her guy coming over to us. I'm like, fuck, like like this is what I didn't want to happen.
Uh-huh.
But then the guy, he looked like he didn't really give a fuck because he's walking over, and then I get out the car, and my girlfriend got out the car because we parked to go into the mall.
Yeah.
And he looks at me, I look at him, and he just does this. He like shrugs his shoulders, and we all kind of just walk away. Because,
oh, y'all did the men thing, like,
yeah,
man,
like,
we not like,
yeah,
like
it's not like a big deal, bro. Like and like he already didn't want to be at the mall, you know what I mean? Like I could see in his face. He already owned play.
it's like y'all read each other's minds right there in that moment. Like, all right, cool.
But
this one of those situations.
I'm like, Mom, you gotta chill, bro. Like, cause one day, like, if someone wants to fight mom, I'm gonna fight them. It's my mom.
Yeah,
I don't want to, but I'm gonna have to.
Yeah.
And like, it's like, dang, like, God, like, but dude, road rage is something else.
Yeah, you can't be a pussy in front of your mom and your girlfriend. Nope,
Can't, bro.
You cannot be a pussy in front of your
I'm
mom
swinging,
and your
bro.
girlfriend.
I'm swinging.
So relating to how you were saying what happened in Houston with the whole gun situation.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, just like violence is really everywhere we go. Like really, it's everywhere.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying? Me being from Chicago, yeah, there may be more violence and dangerous, a dangerous city and everything in Chicago, but it's like it happens everywhere.
Right.
I actually had an encounter one time about maybe 3 or 4 years back. I actually encountered where this guy over here, like, he cut me off, right? I was like, oh, okay, babe, you know what I'm saying? So I come in and I zoom up and I cut him off. Well, he had a whole group of people. It was like a whole group of people in that car. But they pulled to the side of me, and I wasn't over here like, I wasn't worried about it. But they pulled to the side of me, and they rolled down the windows. They all had guns. One had a pistol. One had an SMG. Like, bro, I was like, and they were pointing it. They were like pointing it up. They were like this. You know what I'm saying? With it in their hands and stuff. And I don't know. I feel like one of them was pointing at me, but I think it's just like, because I'm looking at it as far as like a
Oh, yeah, you said fuck that.
I didn't actually look at them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I was like, I'm just driving. You know what I'm saying? I'm just driving and going. And they didn't do nothing. And then they just roll up the windows like, yeah, and they drive away.
Yeah.
But I was like, damn, bro. I was like, all that little road rage, just you cutting me off, then I cut you off, or now you bring the guns up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it happens like that, bro.
Yeah, bro.
It
Like on the news, I'd be seeing like so and so killed in a road rage incident. It's like, damn, bro. Like people really be shooting people because you know what I mean. Like,
yeah, like you said earlier though, like you don't know the last draw, like what led up to that moment. They could be going the whole day, could have been fucked the whole week, the whole month. They could have lost their job, lost their wife, lost their house.
Bro, I think about that shit.
Yeah, and then when that happens,
because I be driving in the car, bro, and like you don't really like you're driving past people. You don't. I always think about this. Like, where are you going? You know what I mean? Like, are you going home? Are you going?
What's your story, right?
Right, because I could be going to record music. The car that's passing me could be going to like a funeral.
Right.
I mean?
Or
like,
a hospital if like they need to go to the hospital.
Yeah, right. Someone's like in this car is giving birth right now.
Yeah.
Like, I have no idea what's going on. You know, like someone could be on the way to the hospital because their son just had a baby. You know what I mean? With his wife. You know, like. Or someone could have just been killed. Like, I don't know what's going on. Yeah. So that's why, especially like
you don't know who's actually genuine and who's actually being a dickhead. Like
you, bro. Like so, like I was saying, like I wait tables.
Mm.
So, bro, like, you be talking to people for that small hour that they're there. You know, you begin to know them. You go into their world for a little bit, and then you dip out. Or I'm sorry, they leave. You know what I mean? And you learn about these people that you might never really talk to.
Or never have talking to prior. Yeah. And if you never worked that job.
Right. And like you get like a little glimpse into their world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I had this one customer come in one time and and he was telling me like, I'm actually on the way out of town. My daughter-in-law is like going to labor, today, or she's supposed to. But last week, I just lost my wife. I'm like, dang, bro. Like, it's just like, like I'm over here getting mad because the price of gas is too high.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like this man's going through all this stuff. You gotta be grateful for.
Yeah, you never know.
What you got. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you definitely gotta be grateful for what you got, and
that's right.
a lot of people are going through a lot worse right now. You know what I mean? Like right now we're in a home with AC and like we're chilling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like people don't got that.
Yeah.
That's why I never really take what I have for granted. I never ask for too much. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Because this is plenty.
Yeah. See, like when it comes down to that whole road rage situation, me personally, I don't have road rage. I'm usually like the calmest dude on the road.
Me too.
Even when people,
I don't even honk.
when people cut me off, I'm like, all right, cool. I'm just chilling.
My girl hates that shit.
Yeah, I can chill, and then I see like you said, you're my mom, she'll what I'm like,
That
shit.
shit. Like,
See, I used to be like where I was just humble with everything, right? Humble with road rage for the longest, but honestly, I was taking it too far. I was taking it to where I was being humble with everybody, and then like there was 1 year where people were just taking advantage of me left and right. You know what I'm saying? Like gas money. You know what I'm saying? I don't like. I don't ask
so you're talking about outside of it, like
it could go outside of it. Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because if you let it persist to just that one, and I was just letting it crumble on everything else. Now, obviously I'm not like that no more.
That's
but
how I am,
when
bro.
I was, it ended up being like that.
Are you sure?
What?
That's how I am, bro.
I was driving with this guy the other day, man. I see some shit.
Right now, bro. A lot of
but I think my mom is still like more road rage, like more like crazy when it comes to shit like that on highway than you. I seen you do some shit, but
you calling them out right now.
Yeah, man.
I know, right?
See, a lot of
shout out to the old ladies, man. There was. I'm sorry, man. If Papi X Donero cut you off,
hit him with your person.
It's because you cut him off, but y'all was old, so you shouldn't have.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, man. Okay, so like you and your girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
For example, all right. So you know how you said she has road rage. Okay, so
I didn't say that. What do you mean? I'm playing.
Rewind the footage.
No, but on that note, it's like I don't know. You be with someone so much you start like you might talk like them, might act like them, or do what they're doing, right? So I'm always around this girl I'm talking to, right? And I'm telling you, bro, she got road rage like crazy. I'm talking about she's on the phone like
he blaming his road rage on his girl. He talking. That's a new one.
No.
What about Thrillz?
Look.
Hey, we didn't get there yet. Go ahead, finish the story. Finish the story, my guy.
So I'll be like on the phone with her and she'll be on her way to work and she'll be like, "Move, you stupid bitch!"
Yeah,
and I'm like, "Oh
yes, bro."
Yeah, and like I'll be if I'm in the
like,
car with her, she's over here like. I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna show you how Houston," because she's from Houston originally. She's, I'm gonna show you how Houston gets down, boy. And she literally goes, "Zoom, boy," like in front, and she got a charger too, so she just gets right in front of the car, like, "Yeah, bitch," like it's funny.
Hell no. Hell no.
It's crazy, man.
I thank y'all for tuning in. Episode 52. I'm your co-host Papi X Donero. You guys can go ahead and follow me at Papi_X_Donero. And of course, Social Ice as well on all music platforms at Social Ice. And of course, for the Thrill Podcast, go ahead and follow us, man, because we the ones that bringing it. Alright, so like you were talking about how like the road rage thing, and then like how you were saying, we don't know what that person's going through. You could be going to do your music. This person's rushing to the hospital. Speaking of rushing to the hospital, so just a little summary of it. Not going to put too much detail in it, but when I used to work for McDonald's, I actually, my lung almost collapsed.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom, when my little brother brought me back home, because he was in the McDonald's lobby using the Wi-Fi and stuff, and he was telling me my face was white pale. I walked out the door, and my eye just flipped back. I was blind for like 5 minutes. And I'm going. He brings me there, and I'm over here like freaking out. My mom's over here like, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" She couldn't figure it out. Like, "Come on, we're going to the hospital." She gets me in the car. We're on the way to the hospital, and this charger ends up cutting my mom off. She's like, "Motherfucker!" And we're like, "Mom, no, don't!" Like, I'm telling my mom to stop because, like, bro, I don't know what's going on, bro, but I'm like dying over here, and so She's over here, like, motherfucker, and she's over here road raging.
Mhm.
She's over here road raging. She goes in front of him. She hits her brakes real hard.
See, I understand that road rage.
And then
Yeah,
he stops.
Yeah.
He stops, and then she takes off, and she ends up taking me to the hospital, and they do what they do. It was like a long wait, but because I kept like freaking out and stuff like that, finally they got me in, and from there like it went from I wasn't able to pick up down the milk. I wasn't basically able to do anything. Lifting was not. I wasn't able to do. I had an inhaler, like if I had asthma. It was a whole worse experience for me, but I could definitely relate to when you were talking about that because like
Right.
I was that that guy. My
Right.
mom was the one who was taking me as an emergency.
Mhm.
The doctor told my parents if they would have waited 5 more minutes, I'd have been dead on the road.
Wow.
Jesus, man.
Wow, that's story time for real.
Yeah.
Well, God bless you here though.
Yes.
For real. To add on to what you were talking about earlier too, the being nice to everybody thing.
Yep.
I've learned that the hard way. My mom, my girl, they always tell me that I'm just too nice. But the thing is, like, that's just who I am. Like my grandma before she passed, she would always tell me just treat people obviously how you want to be treated.
Mhm.
Yeah.
My uncle, he was a businessman, so he was always like trying to get not the one up on everyone, but trying to get in the lead before everyone gets there. He would always put my mind into the bigger picture, and then like my grandpa was always just kind of like, always like try and see the good in like any situation, and that's how I am. Like I try and see the good in any situation I'm in. Like I always try and like see the just what came positive out of it. If it's like the worst situation possible.
Yeah.
And like so like to add on to that too, like I'm not really gonna like speak too much on it just because I don't have any bad blood for this person, but I have paid someone to do a music video, and I paid the deposit of the shoot, but like they didn't really specify that we were gonna pay, that I was gonna pay more. It was just, hey, this is just pay this and then we'll be good. And I paid them the deposit, and I was like, hey, like it was the day of the shoot, and they were in Houston, so I was driving to Houston to go shoot a music video,
Mhm.
and and I was pulling up, and I didn't really hear from them, and I was just like, yo, like the night before, I was like, yo, like what's poppin', like what's going on, and drove to Houston, yo, what's going on, like what's poppin', and I'm there the whole day, and nothing while I'm there the entire day, bro, and like. The thing is I can't just go crashing here. Like I don't live there, so I literally drove back home, and then I heard from them a couple of days later.
What?
And I still haven't got the deposit back, bro.
What?
Wow.
Yeah, and like and that's just to kind of add like on to like just not being too nice to everyone. Like now I'm kind of like, all right, like if I'm paying you for something, I'm gonna give you half of it at first, unless I'm cool with you. Like if like you and like. BXR, like that's different, because I'm cool with y'all. But people who I don't know, like if I'm paying you to do something, I'm paying you half when I'm paying you for a deposit, and then half when the product's done. You know what I mean? Because like that really like kind of opened my eyes, and like I had like another artist too, like that like I paid them for like a feature, and the feature like never happened, and this wasn't like anytime recently, like this was a while ago.
So you get your money back for that?
Nope. Yeah,
Do
bro.
you plan on getting it back?
I mean, I had talked about it, and I was just like, yo, like, the money for this feature, like, what are we gonna do about it? And they were kind of just like, oh, well, we can use it for this or this, or we can wait for like this, and I'm just like, well, like, that's why I wanted to pay, like, I should have just paid half, you know what I mean? And and that was like an artist, like, not, like, it wasn't recently, like, it was probably like a year or two ago, you know what I mean? But I would say about like 2 years ago too, I had paid not an artist, I had paid somebody to be on like a show, and that person was also an artist, like not like a big artist or anything like that, but like
Were they big locally though?
Not really.
Oh.
Kind of, kind of not.
But you were just a fan of them?
Yeah, like
Gotcha.
it wasn't anybody like Southside Hoodlum popular.
Gotcha.
That's the dog right there. Shout out Hoodlum, bro. Love that dude, Eliza. Like they're up there.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like them, but I had paid them to be a part of their show, and then the show canceled. Like it never happened. I was like, okay, so hey, what's going on with this deposit? And they were just like, well, this could be used for promo, or if you want to do like a feature on one of your songs. And I'm like, no, I want my money back, And they were just like, oh, well, there's no refunds. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and like, I think that's the thing too is like, I'm not the one to like create a problem.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I haven't lost that much money. I've only lost maybe like $400. It's still $400, but like, I haven't lost.
It's the principle, man.
Exactly. I haven't lost thousands of dollars.
Okay.
But now going into this year, it's going to be more of like, hey, I got you on half just because of what I've been through. If you respect that, I hope you do, because I will pay you. You know what I mean? Because I want the product that you're going to provide for me. But just out of like safety for me, I do want to do half right now and half when the product's done. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people, once they get the full like if let's say I was giving you 180 for merch, right?
Mm-hmm.
I give you that 180. You can take your sweet time to do it because you already have my money. You know what I mean? Like you already have the 180, so you can take weeks, you can take months because I already paid you. You know what I mean? But if I haven't paid you that full, you now want that other half. So now you're gonna get the product done, so you can give it to me. So now I can pay you. You know.
So let me tell you something to avoid all of that.
What's up?
Contract.
Yeah.
No, point blank contract. Before the project's done, before any money is involved, hey, this is the contract. This is what it stipulates. I give you half down now, or even if it's the full amount. This is the full amount. If you don't make the arrangement as clear as possible, or you don't make this arrangement by this date, then I get my money back. If I don't get my money back, then this goes to court. It's business. It's business.
Yeah.
That's just, I would say, the fastest way to avoid the bullshit. This is not legal advice. This is just
right.
I mean, talking on the podcast. But anyways, contracts is something you want to go with just to avoid the bullshit like that. And
that's why he got his contract.
Yeah. Like me, I'm originally from the ghetto, the hood, streets. So I know how street people think, and some people, a lot of it is based off of words, shaking hands. But I've learned that a lot of that you can't go with. So now even with my hood friends, street friends, is like, we ain't doing this until we doing this. Like, this is business.
Yeah,
like, this is business. But before you proceed, I also wanted to give you another take on something. Well, why aren't you doing contracts?
So I just think it's just because for me paying somebody to be on their show, I think at that point they should provide a contract because it's their show. Now, if it's like something for like Ice Fest, like hey, because for Ice Fest I don't really charge artists for slots yet, right? Because I don't have that big of a headliner yet. You know what I mean? But let's say one year the headliner is Lil Uzi. And people are like, yo, Ice, like, let me be on that. All right, cool. Well, a slot for Uzi is $600. You know what I mean? Pay half. I'll give you 20 tickets to sell. You can make your money back. If you don't, I still have your deposit. You know what I mean? Or like, you pay me a deposit of $600. Yeah. Each ticket is worth $30. If you don't sell that money, if you don't sell those tickets, that's your money you can make back. You know what I mean? But if you don't want to go out and push that's on you. I got your deposit. And at that point, I'll give them a contract. You know what I mean? But if I'm asking you to make me merch, I'm not going to give you a contract and be like, hey, you know
which it should be that way. It should be that way. But me, I've learned to, whatever it is, I'm going to most likely make that contract. And don't get me wrong, there's certain people that I'm like, oh, I know this guy wouldn't ever do that. But there's also certain people that I'm like, I don't think they'll do that. But you know what? Let's do this contract anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know, especially when you're dealing with money.
What I usually do is I ask around. Everyone in the music industry here in town usually knows everyone. Like, you probably may not know everyone that I know. Same for you. But you might know one person that knows someone that knows Kid Docs that knows me that I'm really close with. You know, somehow your friend group goes all the way around to my friend group. You know what I mean? So someone knows someone that knows this person. So usually what I do is if I'm gonna ask somebody for like merch or something, I ask around. Right. Like when I got this like sweatshirt made, Eliza posted her like at like a merch table.
Eliza 1K?
Yeah.
Okay. Shout out to Eliza.
Shout out to Eliza. She posted it on her Instagram of the merch of like her doing like her like sweatshirts. Yeah. And so I texted Eliza, I was like, hey, like, who was that like doing the sweatshirt? She's like, oh, like, you know, it's my homegirl. And like I was like, well, okay, well, you know, what's Instagram? And like, you know, I was talking to her about it, and Becca, you know, all stuff. And I got into contact with her and Becca was like, you know, oh hey, you know, I do this and that, and like, you know, like that's how I found out about this person. Yeah. You know what I mean? But like BXR, I got into them because of Docs. You know what I mean? And then we're cool as, you know, we're cool. You know, like, and they provide content. Quality that I know I'm gonna get every time. You know what I mean? If it's somebody new, it's like, like okay, like, you know, from now on I'll probably be doing like half and half. You know, like half at the beginning, like, hey man, like I'll give you half, and then once you lay down this verse, I will pay you before you walk out the door.
Hey man, if you need to get contracts written up, come holler at your boy, man. I cut 10%. I might write you a contract for a contract.
I got you. I got you.
I got you. Really, that's like I said, it's something I'm big on when it comes down to, because it's especially if you're giving money. I mean, it's someone that you'll be like, all right, fuck it. It's a few. I mean, a couple bucks here and there. But at the end of the day, it is the principle, and I believe. I was just telling X this the other day that I'm a man of my word. I can.
Me too.
And what we were saying was you can't see everyone like yourself. Yeah. And at the end of the day, you just gotta have that paperwork in place to cover your own ass. At the end of the day,
it's not us being dicks. It's us just trying to prevent something that could happen. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, like I might not really know you. You know what I mean? And like, I get it, most people are busy, most people have work, but like, if I paid you for something, you know, and I kind of need it by a certain time,
exactly.
Especially if you're like a feature on my album, or if we're working on a video, right? But like, at the end of the day too, like, if you're my friend, like, you know, for example, like, Quest and Josh, right? Like, you know, they do videos. But they're my friends. Yeah. So if they take a little while, it's fine because we're still cool. I'm going to see them again eventually. Right. You know what I mean?
It's a different type of relationship.
Right. Like, you know, Josh, he did a little behind the, like, scenes for me when I was with my engineer recording music. Yeah. And, you know, he's doing all these other things for people that, you know, are paying him for. You know what I mean? We haven't really discussed, like, anything like that because we're so close. Yeah. That, like, if he takes a little bit of time, like, I'm not going to bash him for it. Eventually, like, it's like, hey, man, like, if you can get this to me by a certain time, that'd be cool. But it's still the homie. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, you know, when me and Docs did our song together, Demon Time Duo, it took us a while for me to go over there and record music because he was so busy. Yeah. But it wasn't a thing where I was like, fuck this dude because he just flakes and flakes and flakes. Yeah. It's because we're close, so I know that if he could, he would. You know what I mean?
And you know what? You just remind you. I don't mean to cut you. I just want to say something just because of something we was talking about off the podcast. When it comes down to hitting people up and flaking like that. So when I had High Strung on a recent podcast, he spoke on a the previous podcast he'd been on, and maybe he felt as though he didn't think that the podcaster wanted him to be on. Right. You can check out episode 45, feature High Strung. But my point is, I don't want people to think that about me. And I know there's times that a lot of people do hit me up, and as the podcast grows, I'm knowing the numbers are getting bigger and bigger with people reaching out. So please have patience with me. Have patience with the podcast. We are growing. We usually do 1 to 2 episodes a month. We're looking to do more, but have patience. If you hit me up, I'll try to keep you in mind as best as possible. Also, when it comes down to just leave your phone number, and even if you got to hit me back 2 or 3 times, hey, let me get to that. Let me get to that. I'm not ignoring nobody.
He's not mean, y'all. I'm telling you, he's not mean because I was in the same position. Like I hadn't really known you. Yeah. And I remember like I hit you up a good amount of times.
Yeah.
And I hate bugging people.
Yeah.
I hate it. I hate bugging people.
Yeah.
But it's like, hey man, like, just want to, and you can be nice. Like, hey man, just wanted to follow up on our podcast.
Yeah, be cool. Yeah.
And even if you don't respond for a couple of days, he'll hit you back. Just patient.
Yeah, definitely. Like I'll definitely, and I'm not the type to feel like you're bugging me. So if you hit me up a few times, I'm not gonna take that.
He gonna block you.
Hit that block button. No. It's like more with me is if you hit me up and get my all right, cool. They really want to be on. Like we'll talk business. Blase, but don't take it as like, oh, I'm ignoring you. Like I'm like, oh no, fuck this guy. Because if it's fuck you, I probably would block you.
Yeah.
It's really down to that. But I just don't want to be known as like, oh, this guy doesn't fuck with me. Don't think I don't fuck with you. Unless I don't fuck with you, then I would make it known like I don't fuck with you though. Like we're not doing this.
So I'm gonna ask you a question.
Yeah. Come on, let's go. Oh man, for the thrill.
when you guys, I'm gonna say you guys actually, because co-hosts can't get them out, right? When you guys look for someone that does a podcast, right? Do y'all look for specifically like how many people they have on Instagram, like followers? Do y'all look at their quality of their music? Do y'all look at like, because I know there's some podcasts that like you have to be famous, you got to be popping. Yeah. Like, do y'all look at like,
see
if their music's kind of good? Like, are you like, okay, they're like, if their music's kind of trash, are you like, no, be honest. Like,
I'm gonna be 100% honest. And you can go back and look through my episodes. So as far as it comes down to, because I really do like the booking. He'll probably help me end up later on as the podcast grows and stuff like that. And like he had an artist actually come on that he was cool with, Southwest X-Ray. What you remember what episode was that?
It was 48, 49, I think.
Okay. Well, yeah. So he had him on, but when it comes down to booking, I'm more of honestly.
Shout out Southwest X-Ray.
Yup. Shout out Southwest. When it comes down to booking people, it's not more like, oh, this guy's hot, this guy's popping. No, it's not even like that when with me. With me, I just like I said before many times on the podcast, I started back in the COVID situation. I just did it, just me and my aunt. First 5 episodes, me and my aunt Maggie. Shout out Maggie, Titi Maggie. So we're just doing to do it, man. We're just speaking. I wasn't even having guests. And then when my aunt moved, because she was living with me at the time, when she moved, I was like, I want to keep doing this. This is a form of therapy. I like this. I don't know. It was. I just really like doing the podcast.
It's like music.
Yeah. Exactly. So then I started getting people through Zoom, because in the COVID situation, I wasn't really having people come through and be in the same area. That was a weird time. But I started doing through Zoom, and then when I ended up moving here, is when I started getting people on the couch. I started putting the scene together. Everything we got going on here. And but to answer your question. It's not like I'm going out look. Oh, this guy's the hottest. But if they're the hottest, then they can come on. But it's not like I'm searching them out. Boom, 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 boom. Now maybe later on, once the podcast gets more popping, I might have to move to that route. But it's not like, oh, this guy's the hottest. Now when it comes down, if they're trashy music, this and that, like honestly, I usually have someone maybe send me 1 or 2 of the best songs. I'll listen to it and I'll go from there. Like if they send me the song and they're passionate, boom, I'll let them call on the podcast, tell their story. Whether it's good or not, I can leave that to the fans to determine that. But my thing is, I'm gonna bring you on, and when you come on my podcast, you're gonna share your story. I'm gonna give you some advice while on the podcast. You're gonna give me some advice. That's what we're learning off each other. We're building. We're growing. I'm creating memories. Mm-hmm. So one day, God forbid, you passed away. He passed away. God forbid. But your families have memories of this day. Like, oh my goodness. Let's look back on the podcast episode 52. Oh man, Social Ice was doing his day. Oh, Papi X Donero, boom, boom. They was talking about this. I remember this. Oh, road rage. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like, I want to create dumb type of moments. And it's not just about passing away, but something to have it just be memorable. So you want to years from now look. Oh man, look back this podcast. Oh, this is how I was at 23 talking about this. You know what I'm saying? That's
the truck drivers.
Yeah, right. The truck driver. But that's something like more of things I want to create, right. And also I want to give people the platform to say whatever they like open platform for the thrill. Yeah, for the thrill. You can say whatever you want. You come here, so it's not me looking for this person. Oh, this the hottest. No, I'm not clout chasing.
What's your thrill?
What is Thrill's thrill? My thrill, I believe is I have multiple thrills. See, asking that question to me is interesting. But
am I the first person to ask you that?
No. Actually, you're not. You're not. I think maybe 1, 2 people asked me for. But actually, when I went to it, Steve, Steve's podcast. When I went to his podcast, he actually asked me that question. And I think one other person might ask me that, but I think the answer does change. That's why when I talk to people again, I usually ask the question again, like I asked you at the event. But to answer your question about what's my thrill, what I told Steve was I'm an avid learner. Like I'm when it comes to knowledge, when it comes down to anything, I love to learn about it. Whatever it is, I'm very obsessive with that thing. So like before the podcast, I didn't know nothing about podcasts, but then I'm like, all right, I need this, and that, and I'm growing with it, and I'm doing this, doing that. Same thing with music. Once I learn music, I want to do this, and that. And like fucking now, I got songs with Cameron, got songs with Exhibit, got songs with Jadakiss, like. And that's for me just doing music, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like obsessed with something and we're like I'm going after everything. We're going after everything to go higher. I think my thrill is just becoming obsessive with learning that one thing and keep going with it. Photography and videography, same thing. Same thing. The reason all this come together is because it comes together.
Because
like,
you're passionate about it.
Yeah. But not only that, but because everything I do is all together. The photography comes in with the podcast and I can use it with that. It also comes in with the music because I can shoot videos and stuff like that. All of it intertwines. And since I'm passionate and I want to learn about it, it just keeps growing and keeps better. So I would say that's my thrill. Just learning something and being obsessed with it and just becoming better at it. Like, question.
He said, it's a good question.
Right, like, that's not my main question.
I know we're drawing to an end, so I got it.
No, definitely. Hey, you might as well ask him it too.
My boy. What does it throw?
Honestly,
besides the Coquito.
Ah,
this guy.
That's my throw right now.
right.
That's my throw right now.
Honestly, I mean, as far as my thrill,
it's funny because I don't think you've been asking the question either.
No, I haven't. No, this is the first time out of all podcasts I've been on. I've never been asked this. You say your thrill is because of obsession?
Well, like learning. Like I have obsession with learning. Like
learning new things.
Yeah, growing and becoming better and
mastering.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, mastering the craft. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So my thrills, I told y'all as earlier in the podcast, I said, I'm back in school. My thrills as of right now, I want my daughters to be better than me. Like, I want them to, do better than me and everything. Like, no matter if, my career, because right now my major is digital forensics. So, like, they want to be a doctor. They want to be, they want to be a lawyer. Anything like that. Like, I want to make sure that they're going to always pertain to it just because I did, And that's like, of course, if it's not their dreams to, go pursue this or pursue that, I'm going to be there for them regardless. But my whole thrill is just to make sure that they're better than me, that they are the best that they can be.
I like that. I like that answer. And actually, I just reminded me of a question I wanted to ask earlier when I was asking about we was talking about the contracts. Kind of went a little bit off after that. So if you had the opportunity, right, to help someone out, would you do it?
Like help, like money wise?
No, not money wise. Just like if you was able to say something that helped them to avoid a failure, would you do that?
Yeah.
Okay. So who's the person that bucked you out of that money for the other artist to avoid that?
Oh man. I don't know about that.
Wait. Is Social Ice a man at his word?
I don't know.
You just told the people.
I don't know if I can do all that, man. I don't know. I don't know about all that. Oh man, I can't. Yeah, I don't want to throw under the bus like that.
Well, I think they threw themselves under the bus by doing what they did. That's bad.
I will say, for people that are, I'm not gonna toss names out there, but I will say though, just know who you're paying. Know the buyer.
Are they local? San Antonio?
Which one?
Or they are Houston based since you said Houston.
Oh, so yeah. So they're Houston based, but
okay.
And this goes like for anybody. Just know the buyer. Know who you're paying, right? and know what they can give you. And what I would do is I would tap into their catalog of anyone who they've worked with and just hit people up. Be like, hey man, I saw that you did this with this person. How was that like getting to the end point, the end game? You know, how was the process of working with this guy? Because it's a good question to ask, you know, and they could be like, oh, like it was cool, like you know, and then ask questions like, did they respond quick? You know, just ask what you want to ask, because you don't want to ask the person that you're trying to get stuff for, hey man, do you respond quick?
Right. Like, yes, I respond quick. Right? 3 hours later.
Right? You know what I mean? Like, so just ask people that know that person, you know, and tell them to be honest, you know.
You get a refund.
And and then what I would do is I would hit the person who you're trying to get, either it's like a video from or like a verse from, hit them up and say, hey, I got into contact with you through this person, and they told me that you are pretty good at this, and this. So now they're already like, damn, so this person told them I was good. Now I gotta be good to this person. You know what I mean? Because they're trying to build that client, those.
Hey, Social Ice sounds social media. He sounds media trained, right? Like,
right.
You made media trained, Social Ice?
No, I'm not. But I mean, I'm pretty.
You gonna tell me off air, right? About
yeah. Okay. Cool.
I respect that.
Once these cameras drop, I'll tell you 100%. Hell yeah. I'm gonna make sure they're off. You know what I mean? But yeah, no.
You got the camera up there recording. No,
what, bro? You know what I mean? Like, hell no.
Camera in the light.
Right, we got somebody in the back with the camera.
Right, the hidden cameras. We got him.
We got his ass.
No, definitely. No, I do respect that.
But I will, if I had the opportunity, you know, if someone came up to me and asked me about that person, and I'm like, all right, since you asked, I'll tell you. You know what I mean? But, you know, that has to happen. But I'll tell you once we get off this.
Yeah. I'm going to ask you about all the 3 that fuck you over. I want to avoid
the moment these come up.
I would want to know, because if I wanted to go do a feature with this person, you know what I'm saying? I would want to avoid that shit. Yeah. But I do also respect that you don't want to put them on blast on the airwaves, even though they fucked you over. You're like, that's your humbleness, that, and that shows.
Social Ice don't got any beef, bro. You know, I don't like beef. I'm a very down to earth.
I respect that. Before we go, man, we gotta talk about the ice events though. Like, I wanna, these people need to know what's going on with that. We definitely gotta talk about.
Oh, Ice Fest.
Yeah. The Ice Fest. What did I say?
No. Oh,
because Ice Fest. Yeah. You don't know what you do.
No. Because you said the ice events, and I was like, oh, Ice Fest.
Hey, what's good, y'all? It's your girl, Donero, and I'm here with For the Thrillz podcast. Shout out to MC Thrillz and Papi X Donero for having me. Episode 54 coming to you soon. Stay tuned. It's Thrillz.
Yeah, man. Ice events. Ice events. The people need to know what you do, because I think it is something big. And then the artists that I had on the podcast during the ice events, they love what you're doing. They spoke about it, and they speak highly of you, man. Just because what are you doing for the city? You know what I'm saying? And up and coming artists. I know you're humble, but talk about that. Those ice. It's called Ice Fest. I'm calling it the Ice Fest. I'm making it Ice events. That's gonna be like you can use that as a hashtag Ice events. We here, baby. No. But I want you to tell the people more about that, and what are you looking forward to do in the future with that, and what's give them a little breakdown, and maybe how they can even become a part of it.
Right. So Ice Fest, y'all. Becoming an artist. A lot of us are just looking to perform. You know what I mean? Anywhere. It could be at a bar with 4 people. You know, you don't really know how the crowd's gonna look unless you know who's throwing the show. You know what I mean? Some people that throw shows a lot. They be packing out crowds, but then there's times when they don't, you know what I mean? And it's luck of the draw, you know what I mean? But Ice Fest is an annual event that we have here in D210, began in 2022 in a restaurant, right? You remember that? A Mexican restaurant. And in the back in a party room.
Was it La Cantera or something? Wait, what's it called?
Chismosas.
Oh, Chismosas. Wrong one.
That is the mall, fool. But in the back room of a Mexican restaurant.
That was dope.
And then the next event was at a bar. You know what I mean? Then this past year's we went from restaurant to a bar to the paper type.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So. It's essentially it's a annual music festival that I host every year. my goal is to give the upcoming artists a platform for them to shine and show off their craft. Usually, the first two shows, I handpicked all the artists. I reached out to them personally. This past event, the Paper Tiger, what I did was I definitely handpicked like a little bit of the lineup. I got people who I'm like, hey, I want you to be on it. But what I also did was we opened up like a little poll, and we kind of had all the artists like fill out this like
Questionnaire?
Google Doc thing, yeah, and they would add their link to like any track they wanted to. They would put their name, and then it was just like like a way for us to keep track of everybody who wants to be on it. And so what me and my team did was we sat down and reviewed everyone's songs back to back like American Idol, and we kind of like just listened to everyone like, okay, they sound good. Maybe not these, not this artist. Maybe next year, whatever, right? Because we always want to give y'all a good show. Now the whole thing about upcoming artists too. I know, you might think, oh well, he doesn't like people that don't sound good. It's not like that. We just want to make sure that you're passionate about what you do.
Yeah.
And you're not trying to go up there just to get those Instagram likes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so the artists who I can, like, you could have 200 people on Instagram and your music could be fire, and that's all I need. You know what I mean? And by good music, I mean passionate music. You actually put time into it. You know what I mean? Ice Fest, the vision I have for Ice Fest, and I tell it to everybody that I talk about it to, is I want to pack out the Alamo Dome parking lot with the TNT Center parking lot, and eventually and have like this
having my boy
right, and having like a big performance thing, and you got Uzi on this stage,
yeah.
Yachty over here on this stage. You know what I mean? Have all these different like performance things, and have like freaking people like with food and tacos, chicken fingers. Like a festival that people fly in for. You know what I mean? Like a festival that once it's over, they're like, hey bro, next year Ice Fest, dog, we gotta go. And like people from Cali are coming, from New York, from out of the country. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Like that's what I want to bring here, because we don't have that here.
Hell yeah.
And so that's my goal, is to make Ice Fest the big thing in San Antonio. You know what I mean? So we do have an Instagram page, Ice Fest. I want to say it's icefest.satx on Instagram. We are looking for to start planning our 2024 edition. We are planning, like I said, another one in March, but that's already done. Lineup's already done, so that one is already passed. But the one in October, y'all, if y'all want to be a part of it, just send your submission to the Google Doc on the Ice Fest web, or on the page. We'll open it up soon. It's not open right now, but once we announce it, we'll start talking about like, hey, if you want to be on the lineup, just submit it. We will look over your stuff, I promise. We will definitely listen to your music, and you'll definitely get a message back. I'm not gonna leave you just high and dry and be like, so am I on it or not? You'll know, okay? Like you'll know this year, maybe next year. You'll know. Just be patient, like how Thrillz said. I will get back to you, but it's gonna be in time. Because it's busy, from planning Ice Fest to music to all this other stuff, work, life, parents, girlfriend, friends. It's a lot.
We all have
At the end of the day, that's what I was gonna say. At the end of the day, we're all human beings.
Yeah, we are
all
human.
have our own lives.
Yeah, that's exactly what you said, right? That's exactly what I was looking for you to tell the people a little bit about what it is, and give them the opportunity. I like that.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I was looking for. Go ahead.
100%. Yeah, no. I will say though, I know a lot of people have also asked me like, how do I throw shows? I'm telling you right now, I literally just the first year it's because my mom knew the restaurant owner. The second year I reached out to the bar.
Yeah.
The third year, my mom is very good with like the emails and stuff like that. She's like my the manager, right?
Right.
She reached out to Paper Tiger and they hit her back and we got it rolling. That's all it takes. It's not impossible. It does cost money, right? It's not free.
Yeah.
But if you want to ever throw a show, man, just begin small. You know what I mean? Build that traction. Begin small. Be consistent. plan it out. Don't do shows during like spring break because no one's gonna be in town. You know, don't do shows like during South by Southwest or
Oh yeah.
a holiday weekend or anything like that.
Or
like,
it's freaking pouring rain outside. Make sure you check the weather.
Check the weather. Like be on top of it all. But it's possible. Yeah, that's all I got for Ice Fest, man.
I like
2024 Ice Fest will be happening this year at the Paper Tiger again.
Let's go.
In October. Yeah, it's gonna have y'all heard it here.
For the thrill.
For the thrill, yes sir.
Let's go.
But we'll make that announcement a little bit more into the year.
Hell yeah.
Yes sir.
Hey man, I ain't gonna lie. So a few people asked me to throw like an event. I know a lot of people from Jersey too. They are artists. They are willing to fly out here. So when I do throw that event, so it will be a For the Thrill event coming.
Hell yeah.
I'm definitely gonna reach out to you.
Say less. I'm there.
Get you on that
I'm
for
there.
sure. But other than that, man, I know I asked you what's your thrill on the first podcast, even at the event we had. But now I'm changing the question up. What's the most thrilling thing that's ever happened in your life?
In my life?
Yes.
Oh, I was waiting for you to say since you started making music.
No, in your life, man.
In my life, the most thrilling thing. Man, so I would definitely say a recent memory has to be the one just graduating college, man.
Oh, congratulations!
Yeah, thank you.
Definitely congrats,
thank
man.
you. My I know I talked about the people who passed away. My uncle and I were best friends, like super close, like best friends, and he always had that vision of me, like, oh, he's like he in his mindset, I was always gonna be like better than him in life, even though this man was making like close to like $250,000 or more a year, you know, because he went to college, he became an engineer. I always thought that to be at his level was impossible, but he always looked at me and was like, you're going to be way better than me. And I'm like, how? Like, how is that possible? How can I be better than you? He was like, because you will be, you know? And
sounds like a great uncle, man.
yeah, man. And so graduating college was just kind of like I got you, you know what I mean? And I know he wasn't really there, but he was there, you know what I mean? And I think that was the most thrilling thing was like, hey, man, like I did it, you know?
Yeah.
Right? Like,
awesome.
you know? And so definitely in a recent memory, that's probably like for my life, music-wise, probably one of my shows that I performed at the Paper Tiger. It wasn't for Ice Fest, but it was for like another show. I was performing, and the DJ who I had, he cut the beat, right, and everyone began to sing my song back to me.
Hey,
that shit right there, bro. When I'm telling you,
let's go.
Was the craziest thing ever. It was like towards like the end of the song.
Yeah.
But they cut it, and like I was trying to sing, and then everyone started singing. I put the mic down. I kind of pointed to them, and they started singing. I was like, "Yo,
dope,
like
man.
What, bro?"
I hope you saved that clip. Like I hope you had that recorded.
I do, man. But
yeah,
man, definitely.
No, that's dope, man. That's dope.
For sure.
Is anything you want to ask before we close it out?
Oh, pretty much it.
Okay. And Ice, is there anything you want to say to anyone out there before we close it out?
Yeah, just you're human, you know, like these, two have mentioned the entire podcast, you guys are human. If you have a dream, chase it, but don't overwhelm yourself. You know what I mean? Remember that you have a life, and don't ever feel bad for missing out on something. If your friend's like, hey bro, we're all gonna go out. Bro, if you're tired, stay home. You know what I mean? If you need a rest day, take a rest day. You know what I mean? You're human. So don't be afraid to tell people no. Like, don't be afraid to tell people, hey, I can't do that today. You know what I mean? Don't overpack yourself. Don't plan 8 things in one day and think it's going to work out, because you're going to end up missing one of those things. You know what I mean? And you're going to make it so much harder on yourself. Just remember, you got 24 hours a day. That's all you got. So use it, use it wisely, but you only got 24 hours a day. 8 of them you got to use to sleep, you know what I mean? So you got 16 hours a day, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, right. So basically don't have FOMO.
Yeah, exactly.
You're missing out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I used to do that a lot. I used to hate missing out, but then I realized There's always gonna be a next time.
Yeah,
like
you
that
know.
too.
Yeah, 100%.
That's all.
And sometimes those,
Oh, yeah.
like you said, those nights that you like that you might not go out, that could be saving you too. You never know.
No, it can.
It could be a night that you're supposed to avoid. Sometimes you gotta listen to your instinct and intuition.
Right.
But man, Social Ice, I appreciate you coming back
Thank
on,
you.
man.
I loved it.
Loved it. I loved it, man.
Loved it, man.
We here, man.
You definitely you brought a lot of nurture today.
Thank you.
You
Thank
know
you
what
so
I'm saying?
much.
'Cause you got the whole butterflies and everything, but you really did bring the nurture. You talked about, breaking out of the cocoon. You talked about, behind your butterflies, the meaning of it. That was beautiful.
Thank you. Thank
Okay.
you.
Episode 52, y'all, for the
52.
Throw Podcast. We got your host, MC Thrillz, co-hosted by Papi X Donero, and
What's up?
featuring Social Ice,
In the
man.
building. Shout out for the Thrillz, y'all.
Don't forget, new merch.
Hell
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Let's go. Good shit, man.
That was good.
That was fire. I like that.
When I move just fine, trust me. So much work for y'all. Elect me to be the dope man serving y'all. You can spend your last 5, it's worth it, y'all. Cause so much work for y'all. I know this economic depression hurting y'all, but I got so much work for y'all. Once the clientele popping, I'm setting up shop and knocking my competition smooth out of the box. Till the word can't be removed out of the block, and y'all cut like to be removed out of the drop.
Thank y'all for watching this episode, y'all. Thank you for the Thrill Podcast for always having me, always showing love. New project coming out this year, y'all. Just be on the lookout. It's going to be crazy. I'm telling you, you don't want to miss it. Thank you for all the love, all the support over these couple years, and I'll see y'all again soon, all right?